Marriage.
Merge.
Marriage. We did a merge. We did a merger.
Merge
uh,
two people.
We decided that our brands would be better suited together, so we have combined assets. And now you can look forward to some future marriage farm content. We are going to milk the shit out of it. The divorce, oh my god, 2 million views.
2 million views.
We are already in the process of divorce just to get married again.
It's gonna be great. Yes, please.
Unfortunately, after 27 years, I did realize I've had very limited options for siblings and should probably look to expand that. And so I do hate to break it to you that this has been a long con just to be able to legally have another sibling.
Oh my god. Okay, see, this whole time I was wondering why I loved this person, but now it makes sense. It was because you wanted a sibling, not because they're the perfect person that I want to spend the rest of my life with.
No. It's because I legally wanted a brother-in-law. It's in the name, right there.
It's brother. Oh my god, we're gonna have to post those fucking edits you made at some point. Holy shit.
Brother-in-law.
We can just show them off on stream.
That's true. Hey, if you never fill out, there's no way we won't fill out the collage, but if you have any lingering space, you can stick my art in there.
Maybe I'll make it the end screen for the
Yeah, that's a good idea. Something to look forward to.
Okay. Thank you, Square, for the congratulations, and thank you for the subscription. Yeah, we did it. We've been together, what, 8 years? Almost 9? And,
something like.
And...
Yeah, it's 2025.
Finally got it. Finally did it.
Finally did it. Take that, Law.
Fuck you, Law. Fuck you. You can't take our marriage away now unless you rescind right to same-sex marriage.
But you had it.
We can say that we had it while it was legal until that is made otherwise. Yay!
And you know who fights not for anyone's rights, but the law all the time?
Is it Phoenix? Is it Apollo? Is it Athena? Yeah, it's the triology.
The triology.
Yeah, they kind of missed the beat by not saying it was the triology. That would have slipped right off the tongue, so easy.
Yeah, especially because all three of them are in all three of the games in this trilogy.
Yeah. They're all here always. I loved Athena in the previous one.
Yeah, and it was so nice of them to all come to your wedding.
Yeah, I'm glad they were there.
I mean, is it because you got married at their place of work? Maybe, but...
Yeah. I will admit, Phoenix had homophobia in his eyes, just a little. Just a little.
You know, he's in that position where he's like, well, I only have gay sex, but I'm not gay. You know.
Yeah, no, like it's not gay if you do it with your eyes closed. I know, Phoenix. Yeah.
It's not gay if you do it with Edgeworth. Then it's just understandable.
Exactly, that's just logic. We're starting a new trial, aren't we? No.
No, we are not starting a new trial. We are still doing the school bullshit.
Oh my god.
If I recall, we're at the final day of
this is the end of the school
I knew we were either at the end of this trial or a new trial, but I was like, I'm pretty sure we were on a new trial. No.
We still got so much to go. It would be Austin who has to say this line.
Alright. Were you able to sleep last night?
Phoenix has been depicted with both blue and brown eyes in the official art, so it is very suitable for the homophobia and the eyes joke. I want to say that was the intention, but I didn't actually know that. However, I do know there is a funny feud of artists who just assume that a character must have blue eyes because they're a protagonist and blue is elsewhere in their color palette. This happens all the time in, like, side art for things. It's hilarious.
Huh? Oh, sleep, sure. I slept for a grand total of 0 hours.
Both Law and Sanji have, like, 6 different eye colors.
Yeah.
Oh, Christ.
Got those color contacts.
Oh, guten Morgen, you two. You look like you're ready to put on the real show. But before you do, I have a good luck gift for you. The voice print analysis came back and the results could not be more clear. The voice in the mock trial video on tape recording are one and the same. Okay, so this is forged evidence. This is fabricated evidence then.
In other words, recordings of fabrication.
This is both for me remembering everything and also Marina, but also the chat, just to keep up where we're at right now.
Yep. Which is why they repeat things back to you at the beginning of a section after a save, because they do assume that the average person isn't like regularly streaming a game, but is instead playing, you know, when they get like
they have their one
a long weekend.
Exactly, yeah. Tape recorder updated. It's been identified as a fake. The lab is continuing their study of the tape. So far, they found signs of overdubbing. But it's going to take a little longer to recover the audio that. Okay. Okay. Those two things can coexist. It's just overdubbing implies there was no audio erased, but okay. Oh.
Who's there? Wait.
Clavier just exploded.
Did you see who it was?
No, I got a quick look, but they got away. I think it might have been Hugh. I bet he was eavesdropping.
I wonder if he saw our hand. You know, like cards.
Oh, I'm sure he was not the only one just now. I bet Robin and Box Girl were listening in too.
There's just like a box in the corner that's got like a tea kettle on it or something like that for the cards. It's just nervously shaking.
It's just sitting on the couch. I'm an Amazon package, leave me alone. Hey Cassidy, you've been on the Pokemon grind as of late. Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Did you
Gotta grind 'em all.
Did you play Scarlet in the DLC? No, the last mainline Pokemon game. Well, actually, I wouldn't count Arceus as a mainline game. So the last Pokemon game I played was Arceus.
Oh yeah. I think Shield was the last one I played, I think. It's just been a while.
I played Arceus and I did not care for it.
Oh, I did play Arceus. That's the one that yeah, sorry.
Medieval one. Yeah.
Yep.
I think the last Pokemon game I played and enjoyed was Sun?
I heard good things about Sun and Moon.
Yeah, that was fun.
I know I beat Sun. I know I got Ultra Sun too. And I stopped playing it about half or a third of the way through. I think that's the last I touched Pokemon's main series.
I would have liked to see Arceus with another, 6 months of development on it. I would have liked to see a lot of, little polish things and, just slightly more nuance in the mechanics, because it's so almost there. And that's part of why the new games, I'm 50-50 on, of either this is going to be the most mechanically drowned out Pokemon with maps that still suck ass, or they finally bridged the middle gap between moving around physically and dodging and the real-time, or the real-time element and the choosing moves thing. Either it's gonna be the thing that Pokemon has needed to become relevant again to in the game series as opposed to just the franchise itself, or it will kind of be a middle ground nobody wanted. We'll see. I think it's gonna maybe be good though. Maybe. Contemporary setting, yeah, future, whatever, Pokemon's futuristic anyways, a little disappointing, but I'm nostalgic for Pokemon Coliseum and XD Gale of Darkness, so I don't mind that aesthetic that much. I will make sure they don't make a run for it. This is my final gift to you. Save the world, but goodbye! Fucking kills himself. My final gift!
Thanks. All that's left now is to reach out to the truth.
No, this is a girl who became a lawyer after playing Persona as a kid.
Yeah, literally my brain was like, don't say it.
Don't think it, don't say it.
Say it, yeah. Suppress.
Weak! Just the
Time
weak
for
text.
mini... Well, Seems like it's time for a mini Chords of Steel workout. I'm Apollo Justice, and I'm fine. Your turn.
I'm Athena Sykes, and I'm fine.
I am Clavier.
They both just press foreheads together, look each other in the eye. Suppress, 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 suppress.
Don't think it, don't say it.
No, Apollo is someone who was into Danganronpa when they were a teenager and does not want to talk about it now.
He would vehemently deny having ever fallen for it.
And has like a whole different made up backstory for why he wanted to get into law, and not just because he thought the courtrooms were cool from that game.
Oh no. Oh god, this voice.
The court will now reconvene for the trial of Juniper Woods.
The Sykes Brigade is totally psyched. I mean, the defense is ready, Your Honor.
The prosecution is ready as well. I mean, is that right, Blackwell? Did I say something wrong?
Blackwell, Daddy, did I say...
Okay, that was an affirming silence, so I'm moving on.
Yesterday's adjournment was unexpected yet necessary, but I'll be running a tight ship here today, so no funny business for anybody, understood?
Your boldness. Robin Newman and Hugh O'Connor have recanted their confessions.
Yeah, no shit.
But later, I shall grill them at leisure to find whether I can charge them with perjury.
I mean, seems like a pretty strong case, but...
I was gonna say, I don't know if I can actually blame you on that one, but...
Yeah, like if you said in court that you committed a crime, on oath, said you committed a crime, and then later went, oopsies.
Yeah, oopsies.
No,
anyways,
Oopsies.
make me the lawyer.
Well, that sure complicates matters. Still, one must not overlook the facts. Now, about the school camera photo that was submitted yesterday.
A pity, but that evidence is no longer relevant to this case. The art room clock runs fast. It cannot function as an accurate measure of time. As for the bungling detective who overlooked that, he's paying for his failure as we speak.
Okay, that's right. They do not know about the background not being a fucking Van Gogh-esque Starry Night, but only we are aware of that.
Poor Detective Fulbright. I hope he returns to work with all his body parts intact.
Most of them, at least.
But if that's the case, then what will...
The accused is the sole person who could have moved the body from art room to stage. And I mean to prove that here this day.
I don't know if he's right or not, but there is a chance that he is actually right about this. But once again, the case hinges on him asserting that whoever moved the body also has to be the killer, which for various reasons may not be the case, so we will see.
It's just like Detective Fulbright said, but what else does he have up his sleeve?
My understanding of this heinous crime is thus. The murder took place near the center of the art room, as evidenced by the blood stain. Blood was also found on some pottery next to the window over the maintenance area. Which is to say, the body was carried over to that very window. From there, it was dropped down to the maintenance area below. And though there was an area scratched to the body aside from the fatal wound, that too was per the script. A high jump mat was employed to cushion the fall.
Sorry, I just realized that this whole case is prompting you to solve the Reichenbach fall, or is that what it's called? The
Reichenbach Falls, yeah.
Yeah, Reichenbach Falls. Yeah, it's prompting you to solve that problem. It's a reverse approach to it.
From the Sherlock Holmes series of stories.
Yes. I was hoping that might be
that
ubiquitous enough, but maybe it's not. You're right.
For anyone that wasn't a tween or a teen in 2012 or any time before that.
I was gonna say, or maybe read the. I think I own that specific book actually, like an original print of it. It was a gift from old roommate Alex. It's incredible. Whew.
Then, a ball cart was used to haul the body over to the stage.
Your Honor, the killer was bawling.
That's not very clever. I mean, it's the same exact body moving scheme as the script. Anyone could have moved the body that way.
Your propensity to spew forth words before you think is not very clever either. Moreover, the prosecution has a witness, which is most unfortunate for you. Witness, it is time for you to come forth.
Shouldn't there be at least a bit of blood on the mat or the ball cart, or did I miss that? I'm assuming they're chalking it up to it was cleaned up, because all of the other things that we are positing that would have taken time or people wouldn't have been able to do that presuppose that there was one fewer hour involved. He is saying all of this could have been done because there was extra time to do it.
Yeah, exactly, and not necessarily thinking of the silly pulley system thing, though.
Yeah, which was clearly just, like, improvised in the moment because they left the bloody cloth and were just hoping nobody would find it. They were hoping everybody would be my specific kind of colorblind.
Well, will the witness please state his name and occupation?
Hugh O'Connor. I'm a senior at Themis Legal Academy, and I'm studying to be a lawyer.
Neat. Next.
Yesterday, I told that lawyer there that I would testify to the truth. So, I intend to cooperate fully in today's trial. Happy now, Miss Sykes?
Hey, didn't you
I
confess to
didn't
being...
say shit!
Yeah!
Bro, I'm grilling. What the fuck are you on about?
What the fuck is he on about now?
Didn't you confess to being the killer yesterday?
The court appreciates your cooperation, Miss O'Connor. Now your testimony, please.
The lecture hall was packed before the mock trial, but the rest of the campus was empty.
Okay.
That's when I saw Juniper dragging a large mat from behind the stage.
Possible, okay.
I was watching her from a vantage point between the stage and the maintenance area.
Okay.
She was heading towards me, so I assumed she was on her way to the maintenance area.
Hang on. We have a map. Audio control room. This is
just the
yeah. I was seeing if there was
area.
another door from either of those rooms that led out to the main area, but no, you would more than likely be seen going in and out. Okay.
But I didn't have time to stand around and see what she did after that.
Okay, that's an annoyingly vague testimony.
The real truth hurts so much, doesn't it, Miss Sykes? Or maybe you thought I was going to bring up something else entirely against your client.
Never a snappy comeback when I need one.
He's coming straight at us today, using any means possible. To protect the students who had to climb up high when setting up the stage, a mat was brought over to the stage from the storehouse.
Is that in the photos? Either of them? Is there a mat? No, but it's still possible. Okay.
Our client is the student council president. What's wrong with her taking it upon herself to put the mat away after they've used it?
Oh, there is plenty wrong. There's but one mat in the entire school that could cushion the fall from such lofty heights. Ergo, the mat in question was indispensable to moving the body.
Once again, presupposing that the only reason the body doesn't have bruises on it is because it had to have had a mat to survive the fall.
Mm-hmm. Oh, it sucks being the last to know everything.
I think I get it now. The drag marks we saw behind the stage were made by the mat.
Oh, okay.
If the only mat of that thickness where the body was assumed to have dropped, it would be hard to deny a possible link in this case.
We're off to a bad start again. You sure you're okay, Athena?
Game on, Hugh. Game on. I'm gonna turn your arrogant, perfect score grin into a teary-eyed frown of failure.
The defense will do her job. Don't threaten the witness before you cross-examine them.
Why not? It's what I do.
Okay. So annoyingly vague usually means we have to press on something. I want to press on that vantage point. A vantage point between the stage and maintenance area. Let's get more specific than that.
Mr. O'Connor, are you positive you were standing exactly where you said?
Athena, did you really just ask, "Hey O'Connor, were you where you were?" That's...
I was between the stage and maintenance area, and she was behind the backdrop.
There's a fence there, isn't there?
You can see the fence at the very
But
bottom underneath where the court record.
If we also look at our photos, of course it relies on setting up the timeline right, but see that fence
Yeah, there's
there?
a fence right
The
there.
construction
temporary
wall.
fence.
Yeah, the construction wall that was there during construction when the mat would have been there.
Yeah.
Between the stage and
that would,
maintenance area.
That would prevent him from seeing it.
Look at you, a thinking protagonist. He's sticking to his guns. The issue here is where Hugh was standing when he said he saw Junie. But nothing I say will mean anything without evidence. Time to dig a little deeper.
Oh, and before you ask, I had my glasses on. Therefore, I'm positive it was Juniper. That is not an issue.
I
Okay,
like
so I
that
guess we
his
have to...
idea of a clever quip he thought we would do is be like, nerd, wearing glasses. Well, actually, it does sound like
Nerd,
something
you're
bully Athena would say.
blind! You didn't have your glasses, so you didn't see shit!
Nerd.
Bingo.
So, you saw the back of the stage from between the stage and the maintenance area. Oh, let's take a look at this photo taken by Miss Scuttlebutt, shall we? This photo shows the students setting up the stage the day before the mock trial. Do you see the big construction screen to the right of the stage in the background here?
Why, yes. In fact, there were a bunch of those next to my house until a few days ago, too. I live right next to the school. Oh, should I mention I killed a bitch there? Oh, sorry. I thought I was immune. Oh, that might help.
That's why I did the judge course. Lawyers can't get away with things, but judges can.
Let me explain how I murdered this woman. It was so noisy behind there, but I couldn't just take a peek. But it piqued my interest, so I did go in. And, yeah, she's dead. Died of fright.
Exactly, Your Honor. You cannot see past such screens. That is their purpose.
I love that phrasing. Yes, Your Honor. You're not supposed to see what's behind there. That's what a construction screen is. Good job.
Now let's see. I'm sorry. I'm eating cheese curds.
It's all
Well,
good.
how exactly is that screen positioned again?
That's also in character.
In character. She's got like the most New England ass food of maple glazed cheese curds. Aha. Since it was to the right of the stage, it should be right here. And from this vantage point, the witness claims to have seen our client behind the stage backdrop.
Oh my, but the screen would have been completely in the way.
That's right. Therefore, the witness couldn't have possibly seen our client from this point.
Ow.
Order! Order! Mr. O'Connor, have you been lying in court again?
Scream. Right. It must have slipped my mind.
When I was lying to you.
What? Are you telling me you, Mr. Genius, forgot something literally as big as that?
There are two kinds of memory lapses. The normal kind you mouth breathers have.
Oh, God.
And the genius level lapses of memory that people like me have.
I know we've had a lot of like Redditors on this in these games.
This guy...
O'Connor might especially because he's like the age of a lot of people that spend time on Reddit. Like a student that's
Yeah.
like doesn't have, like, children or taxes, you know?
Yeah, this guy is like if Yandere Dev had conviction. Like, it's really insane how he's like, well, actually, you are wrong because I wanted to get arrested. So there.
Why don't you just admit that it was a normal, everyday brain fart already?
Will the witness now please restate what he remembers minus the lapses of memory?
That's easy. I was on the other side of the screen.
How?
In other words, I witnessed Juniper from the stage side of the screen.
Yeah, that sounds more like you were involved, dude. Yeah, no, I witnessed it firsthand. Actually, I could give you great detail.
With my hands. I witnessed it with my hands.
You were testifying that our client was behind the stage. But need I remind this court, the back of the stage is not visible from the front. To actually see our client behind the stage, from the stage side of the screen...
Oh my god, Athena's doing such a good job at this. She is slowly walking... She's doing the thing that everyone else was doing to her at the beginning of this trial, of walking them into going, actually, it was before the screen was in place. And then that gives us an excuse to explain the time discrepancy. Like, she is laying traps for them to fall into. This is actually great.
The witness himself would also have to be in the same area behind the stage. But in that case, our client would have definitely seen Mr. O'Connor.
God. Ow. Nice one, Athena. Keep it up.
Emotional support, Apollo.
Objection.
Oh, God. All right, Golden Boy. Is this not your chance? Telling the truth will be like a weight lifted from your chest.
The truth? What truth?
The fact that Golden Boy here was where he initially stated. That is to say, he was between the maintenance area and the stage.
Okay, interesting.
But then the screen would have blocked his view of...
On the ground, yes. His view would have been blocked indeed.
Fortunately, he flies.
I was gonna say, he was using the trampoline at the time.
But consider how smoke always wants to rise up high.
Oh, I noticed this before too.
Athena, look at that photo again. Do you think...
It's him on the crane, isn't it? Yeah, that's him using the crane, isn't it?
Didn't we make jokes about that?
Yeah, because I was like, that kind of looks like him.
Yeah,
Yep.
we made jokes about that.
That is him. That is him. Holy
Wait,
shit.
so these are children doing? Well, like, it's a university or was this a high school? I don't remember. I don't know that these people are qualified to be operating a forklift of that size.
Check the court record.
Something on the other side
I
of the
think it's
screen.
high school.
Something high enough to see the stage. Oh, I do not want a 17-year-old operating a crane.
Yeah, go to the profiles and let's see how old they are.
Switch tabs. There we go. Oh, what a lovely icon.
Hey.
17.
Silly.
This icon is so good. Holy shit.
It is.
That's a very Infinity Nikki
18.
character looking icon. 18. Well, oh, excuse me, never mind. 18 is well old enough to be operating a forklift. Move on.
Yeah, no.
Or they're
yeah,
not a forklift. Again, a crane. A forklift would be
Yeah.
one thing.
Yeah, no, this
Shenmue
is...
taught us anything. Teenagers can easily.
I was
operate
also
a
thinking about
forklift.
Shenmue. I was, yeah.
No way. This crane right here? But I don't remember seeing a crane there on the day of the mock trial.
Me neither, but it's probably safe to assume it was moved before you found the body. That's far enough, Prosecutor Blackquill. Remember, you promised. I recall making no such promise.
Ooh.
It was you who came blubbering to me about keeping quiet in exchange for information.
Let's fucking
wasn't it,
go!
Watt?
Holy shit, Blackwell! What's all this?
Is all this about a promise? Is this about whatever Blackwell's using against him?
What's it got to do with going into the crane? Golden Boy did not go up in that crane for fun.
Oh my god, did he need the money? Oh my god, did he need the money? Did he need the money? And that's what he doesn't want to admit. His parents cut him off.
No.
Oh my god, is that what it is?
He was working part-time as a crane operator within school grounds.
Oh, that's so funny. That's all he's embarrassed
fine.
about. Yeah, it's fine.
That's fine. Labor protection says, oh, that's fine as long as it's on school grounds. Kids can operate heavy machinery as long as it's on school grounds. That's fine.
Wait, you're saying he's 18? Oh, that's great. The last 14-year-old killed a guy. So, hey, that's 18.
That's
wow,
great.
incredible.
Hey, we send 18-year-olds to war all the time. We might as well have them in power equipment, am I right?
I love this so much. He's so deeply embarrassed about needing money.
What? Do you mean to tell me a high school student was operating a crane?
Not just money.
Witness...
Blue collar. Money?
I mean, I object to the prosecutor's last statement.
His collar just gets bluer and bluer and bluer.
There's no proof I ever operated that crane.
Wait, hold on.
Actually,
Oh,
there just might be something that proves you
holy
did.
shit. Hold on. I gotta double check those photos. Okay, no, he is wearing his
that's
glasses.
right, the choker! The choker, that's why we were making jokes about it.
So
Yeah.
what's the deal with the choker? Is that just a safety strap? It might be.
You know how, like, just in case you get in an accident in a crane, there's something that makes sure it breaks your windpipe?
No, okay, so you know on, like, treadmills?
Yeah.
That,
Yeah, I know, but, like...
you don't want to put it around a different body part, yes.
Yeah.
But it's also designed if you, like, fall forward in your chair, it will, it's attached to the back, and it's a breakaway thing that just snaps and it shuts off the machine if you were to pass out for some reason.
I see.
Anyways. Or it could be totally...
funny.
It could be totally unrelated. I just know about that because of that time I broke into a construction site. What?
What?
Sorry, cheese curds take longer to chew than I thought they would. I thought it'd be totally court appropriate. If this whole part, there was like down the hall, there's like a wedding going on, and I just stole some food. If this whole part-time job thing is true, I doubt it would be limited to a single day. It just implied your wedding was in like the Wait, no, courtroom
During
number 4 hasn't blown up yet.
Yeah, no, I claim it happened during or after the explosion, and I'll just let people decide which.
I see.
Oh no, I like it being here because I'm now imagining Apollo being like, shit, we gotta wrap this up. I got a wedding to get to.
Maybe it's someone else's wedding. Like, that's part of how they were funding it being a historical historical courtroom that, like, absolutely should be not be touched because it was the first courtroom.
It's
If
Gumshoe.
they just do weddings there all the time.
It's Gumshoe and Bird. They're finally in time. Oh,
Hey!
Ah.
Good for them. Is this what you're thinking of, Athena?
Yep. As the court can see, this photo captured the crane's operator. And, if you look carefully, he bears a definitive resemblance to Mr. O'Connor if he was kind of dressed like Bruce Springlestein.
Springlestein?
Bruce Springlestein.
Are you serious? This is ridiculous.
What? Okay, is there another reason he doesn't want to have been seen on the forklift?
Yes, I'll tell you yes. I won't tell you what.
I'm very curious.
How very interesting. Let's ascertain whether this is as ridiculous as the witness maintains.
The defense agrees with the prosecution. Let's bring the facts to light.
So, okay, we can't look at it, but I do want to point out something I noticed that we can never address, is there was damage done to the side of the building that has the art room in it, up, like, high up, and I was wondering what that was. Did Hugh O'Connor fuck up at some point and bash the crane into something? Or maybe that happened during the murder as part of something else, but we can never investigate it. It's just damage that I
Or
saw.
it could have been,
out.
like, maybe part of the
I
statue
can't
that,
show
like,
it here.
scratched as it was going down.
It was much further away from the stage. It's the part that has the cat and the garage with where the mat was.
Oh, yeah, well, the equipment that was allegedly used to transport the body.
Yeah, that area, there was just like scuff that looked like a car had hit the side of the building, like on the second or third floor somehow. But anyways.
That's all very well and good, but just how do you propose to do that?
The person in this photo has only one really distinguishing feature. I'm not 100% sure, but it's at least worth a try. We can clearly identify the person in this photo as the witness by examining his...
I mean...
It's his neck.
I'm damn curious what that thing on his neck is.
The figure in this photo is wearing a very unique object around his neck.
Is this motherfucker a convict?
Why, yes, you can see it right then. But then, are you saying you mean to...
Mr. O'Connell's neck is almost entirely concealed by his tall collar. But that's exactly why I believe this warrants further examination.
No, not a chance. That would be a blatant violation of my privacy. You are a disgrace of a man. Now, start unbuttoning that collar before I hack it off.
Yeah,
Yeah, kill
what's
him!
the big deal? Now let's see your neck.
Yes, I have no choice.
Okay, what's going on here?
It's just like a rave collar.
Is that that's the friendship band? Is that the friendship band? Is that the fucking friendship band?
I could fucking believe that that's what, like, parole collars look like in this world. That they've got some kind of, like, a mascot for parole.
My.
So where did you buy that neckband, if I might ask?
I didn't buy it. It's handmade and there's only one like it in the world.
Well, it sure looks like the neckband in the photo. Should we have the photo analyzed?
This is the symbol of friendship.
You are one irritating lady. Fine, I admit it. I work a part-time construction job. It has nothing to do with our school. Operating heavy equipment is no big deal for a guy who can parallel park one-handed.
That is
Hey.
a very 18-year-old brag to have.
Also, what's the deal with the one-handed thing? What's going on with that motherfucker's other hand?
He's
I'm
holding his best
serious.
friend's hand.
It's been in his pocket this whole time.
Mmm.
Like, he's hiding something.
Mmm.
But I never expected one of my jobs would take me to my own school.
But when you factor in all the required tests and apprenticeship period, wouldn't you have to be at least 20 to have a license for operating a
So that's why, okay.
Don't make fucking jokes. Yeah, that's relevant. That's
Yeah,
relevant to the case.
it's that laws have changed since the 1980s when Shenmue takes place, and you do actually, in fact, need to be 20 years old to operate a fucking forklift.
About that. You see, I'm a genius, so, you know.
Okay, so you're either a liar or you're old, or both.
Let us dispense with this inane charade, golden boy.
He got a job offer at Doge, so I guess this whole case is off. He's being deported immediately.
Before he ages out of the position.
Nice.
Thanks, got him.
No, Prosecutor Blackwell, please don't. High school seniors are 19 at most. Thus, they fail to complete the requirements.
Wait. Oh, no. Oh, is he older than he thinks?
He's either, that's what I meant by he's
Yep.
either a liar or he's old. Either he lied to
Yep.
get the job. Well, I guess if he's been lying about his age to everyone, that he's a liar regardless. But, like,
did he get
either
held
he was
back?
held back or maybe started later. That's also a thing. But,
He might have started later, potentially.
I doubt this is an instance of, like, his parents took too long to get him into a preschool.
But that does not apply to you, does it, Mr. O'Connor?
Why doesn't it apply? He's a senior, so he's around that age, right?
No, don't, please. Actually, Golden Boy here is 25. He took a 7-year break from school.
I'm so sorry, and he's in a... Oh my god, I'm like drooling. I'm so mad all of a sudden. He's in a love triangle with a teenager?
Good
Two
news.
18-year-olds.
With two 18-year-old girls.
Yup, he's in a love triangle with two 18-year-old
Oh my
girls.
god, he is a Redditor!
Yeah. No, if he was a Redditor, he would have gotten into the love triangle when they were 15.
Yeah, I was gonna say, like, 18's too young
I
to start
called
that.
this motherfucker yandere, Dev. I
And
was
you were
so
right.
You were too right.
I was so right. At least he had the decency to wait until they were 18. This guy, this golden boy here. Oh my god. Holy shit. Oh god, turnabout Big Top. We'll see how it handles it going forward. I'm about to continue. However, I do like that this reveal is being treated with the weight of, oh my god, that it deserves.
Yeah, there is a difference between, like, he's 20 because he was held back a year or maybe 2, or again, maybe they had stuff going on in life and he couldn't go to preschool right away. But, like, that sets you on a path for the rest of your life. Maybe he had, like, he was ill for a year and had to redo a year. That's 25? That is 7 years older than he was pretending to be.
Oh my god. Holy shit.
You were only 25 2 years ago. Imagine lying about being in high school in 2023. Imagine if you told that lie.
I'm pretty sure all that would have done is gotten me arrested.
They just look at you and are like, man, Gen Z really is fucked, huh? Wow. You all look old.
Wow, you look as old as Bruce Springsteen.
Alright, let's keep it going. Holy fucking shit.
Wait. Okay.
This is the pervert music that they save for when there's a pervert.
Okay.
Take a gander at the official school enrollment documentation. 'Tis all right there.
I like that we didn't care why. There's more questions now as to why a 25-year-old would be in a high school setting. Like, there's so many questions that opens up. But instantly we were like, there's no good why.
Okay,
because there's a
I
certain
will
point
say
where if he's held back 7 years, then maybe being in the prestigious private, like, law high school isn't for him.
I also think he has shown signs up until now of being very uncomfortable with the we're friends forever, all of us thing. He does also have the necklace, and he's wearing it at all times.
Yes.
Yes, he does. He does.
Mm-hmm.
He does.
Ow.
Oh my god.
25? You mean he's older than me?
A 25-year-old high school student?
Wow,
Oh my
that's
god, Apollo's 24.
Oh
yeah,
god.
that's older than a seasoned lawyer in this world.
A 7-year break. 7 years. I've just one thing to say.
That's more. That's
There are two
almost,
kinds of 7-year breaks, you know. The ordinary kind you mouth breathers take.
That's almost doing high school 2 times from start to finish. If it's
The
actually
genius kind people
more-
like me take.
more than that, if this is one of those high schools that's like the 3-year system, not the 4-year system like most US ones are.
Holy shit.
Well, kind of fucking Edward Cullen ass bullshit.
He's wearing a wig. He's bald. He's bald. That's a wig.
25?
That's pretty
It's the stress of failure.
But a genius would quickly become a chore for a 7-year break.
A genius would quickly become a chore for
Chore
us.
for a 7-year break? What?
I think the other way around you meant. Oh no, okay, yep.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Thank you, Apollo.
Okay, I think you have that backwards, Athena.
We need our Athena interpreter.
Even geniuses make mistakes, you know.
Maybe he's hiding his hand because he lost it in a construction accident. That
He's hiding his hand because he's got, like, an adult tax form on it.
it's a barcode. It's a tattoo when he was in prison.
Yeah, exactly. It's a bar bill. He's been able to go into a bar and legally buy drinks because he's a grown man.
God.
I just happened to make mine only 7 years in a row.
Only Hugh could get away with using only like that.
This just in: Hugh O'Connor was fired from Doge for being too old.
Also insane that the school was like, this kid has taken a long enough hiatus from high school, was not apparently truanted, just took a long enough, which we do know that's not a thing, or else, of course, truancy would be in school. Say it with me, everyone, of course.
Yes, yes, yes,
no,
you're right,
truancy
you're right.
officers aren't a thing in this world. Or at least not for lawyers or kids of lawyers. Or training lawyers, I guess. But to take that much of a time off to be a grown adult, because he would still be an adult even if he had taken that much time off in like his freshman year. Hell, even if he hadn't started high school and had taken that off, he'd be a grown adult and then come back and be like, y'all still let me into the school.
I'm a 21-year-old freshman.
Your Honor.
I am surrounded by 15-year-olds and I hate my life.
Your Honor.
It has to be that too, because he's been friends with these other kids. So it can't be that he did this in his senior year, that he was 18 and then decided like he wasn't going to finish senior year, because he's known them for at least high school.
Oh God. Your Honor, I promise you, I am the safest construction driver there is. I have never gone over the speed limit in a school zone. Oh God, if you don't... Oh no. Oh no. Okay, we have to keep going. Shit.
We gotta keep going. I was gonna make a joke about him not being allowed in those, but...
Well, that was the joke, yes, is that he slows down at school zones, but...
Enough of this jibber-jabber. Suffice to say, the witness was up in the crane when he saw the accused dragging the mat.
That was just to explain how he could have a part-time job in, like, the pedantic question of why an 18-year-old is working a
Yeah, all
crane
of this
job.
was to explain why he had uppy. Why he were up.
The accused readied all she needed to move the body immediately prior to doing so. That much is clear. I see no need to deliberate the matter further.
Considering that the body was moved in the same manner as in the script, I find Prosecutor Blackwell's claim to be quite persuasive. Does the defense care to dissuade me?
Now do your job.
As long as a mat was used to move the body, Junie's gonna be under suspicion.
We gotta get away from there.
Athena, I just thought of something. What was Hugh doing in the crane right before the mock trial? He couldn't have been on the job at the time. I mean, he was waiting for the trial to start, wasn't he?
Yeah. Why was he in the crane? Wait, you don't think? Your Honor!
Jesus, yes, Miss Sykes.
KOV, welcome aboard! Welcome aboard!
Welcome. I've got it. I've got an amazing idea that'll turn the prosecution's claim on its head.
Okay. I got it, Your Honor. Do you think he applied for a bunch of universities and failed because he had no high school qualifications, then decided, fuck it, just go back to high school instead? I think that this motherfucker...
Hasn't heard of a fucking GED.
Hang on. Oh, yeah, that too. He was like, no, but it has to be the fancy private law school one. What was the specific thing that was written down in the teacher who was murdered, the victim, her notebook again?
Need to speak with you, O'Connor. Meet with you about that report yesterday. Important.
Hey, here's the thing. I know it's not great that this teacher was using a student to rat out on students. If I was an adult who worked in a school system and found out there was a fucking 25 years from 30-year-old pretending to be a child in the school,
and maybe potentially
Yeah.
potentially having, because of the school newspaper reveal, a love triangle with two 18-year-olds.
Teenager. I might maybe play espionage a little bit, and maybe I wouldn't feel that bad. Maybe I'd feel bad for making a friend rat out on him a little bit, but I think there's bigger fish to fry.
Wait, hang on. The ripped out page. You're right.
Okay,
IQ 120. He's lying. He's 120 years old.
Edward Cullen. He's been in high school 100 years. God.
It has been an hour, and we have barely gotten through the
Yeah,
first
we gotta
part of
keep
the
going.
first witness. Good lord, guys.
A little conjecture has never stopped us before.
To be fair, that reveal was insane.
Interesting.
Mr. O'Connor, you were using the crane too.
Move yourself.
No.
I guess
Move
we
yourself.
have to accuse move the body, otherwise nothing else makes sense, right? Like,
Go
why
for
would
move
they?
the body.
Why
Yeah.
would they move the screen? So.
Yeah. The body was just like it was in the script, so it must have been moved in like in the script too. At least that's what the prosecution believes. How simplistic, even foolish.
Hmm. Those are pretty strong words, Athena. You sure about this?
The witness is a licensed crane operator, so he could have used it to move the body.
Objection!
Well, Golden Boy, care to chime in? I intend to say no more on the matter. Save that this does not bode well for you.
You're on your own, idiot.
Wait, he's on my side this time? Or is this another trap?
Watch this.
I'll just kill you.
I can use a bow and arrow one-handed.
You are right. This is still a very 18-year-old brag.
Wow, that's a crazy level of dexterity.
I can even drive a crane with one hand. That's easy. But operating the crane itself is so complex it requires both hands.
You mean the
Now.
arm? Okay.
I would have the court look at this.
This is gonna be a nasty fucked up, yeah.
Yep.
Oh. Please tell me that's a ketchup stain.
So you're playing this card now. Okay.
You wish. My hand was injured and required surgery. That's the reason I kept my hand in my pocket all this time. I have already verified this with the Hospital of Treatment. Quite a nasty wound, they say.
Yeah, it was an awl right through his hand.
How did you hurt it?
I see no need to discuss that. It has no relevance to this case. 2 hands are required to operate complex machinery such as the crane. Ergo, on the day of the mock trial, the witness was incapable of moving the body by crane.
Now I'm the fool?
Yeah, I was stabbed with a ketchup bottle.
I'd planned on moving the crane the night before the mock trial, but then I got injured.
Yes, you got injured recently.
Wanting to keep my part-time job a secret, I had to do it just before the mock trial instead.
And here I thought this was the big break we'd been waiting for.
Now that the defense's sophistry is laid bare, I would have the court recall my claim.
The body was dropped out of a 3rd-floor window to a mat near the maintenance area. Then a ball cart was used to move it to the stage. See? I've been paying attention!
Well done,
As
your
his phone is in
boldness.
his lap.
Now, consider this. Die. The accused was cited dragging that mat. Ergo, it was she who moved the body.
Yeah, by lying liar. Cited by convicted lying liar, tried to confess to a murder.
Well, I think you were on the right track, Athena.
You do?
Yeah, Juniper remains the prime suspect if we assume the body was moved per her script. So, as the defense, you have to figure out how else the body could have been moved.
But... Oh, is he telling me to think of another way besides the crane?
Miss Sykes, if you have a counter-argument, this court would love to hear it. And
If you do not, it is time for the verdict. Isn't that correct, your baldness?
No, not yet.
No, down.
All I have to do is show that the body wasn't moved like it was in the script, right?
well, that would show that the mat had nothing to do with this case.
There is a sword of great renown that cuts down sophistic lawyers. Its name is evidence.
Excuse me, I'm the only sophic around here, thank you.
Ah!
You don't scare me. Of course, so, Theta, you can do it.
Yeah, the island of Soph.
God damn it. I'm going back to jail. I don't care about this trial anymore. What's wrong with your face, Athena? It's a weird mix of terror and creepy grin. Just focus on how the body could have been moved without it being dropped.
How could anyone lower it with without just dropping it? It's not like it could fly. Or maybe it could. After all, there is a way to zip between the art room and the stage.
And that's basically flying.
Someone could have easily used that thing.
Oh, it seems like he knows.
Of course. Miss Sykes, the court would like to see what you have for us.
All I have to do is show the tiniest shred of evidence of a possibility of evidence. The mat and the ball cart weren't used to move the body. This is what was used.
The banner or a picture that has the pulley in it?
The banner.
Yeah, because that's what was the body. That's the only thing that we
Also-
can prove the body was connected to because of the blood.
Exactly.
Yeah.
The key here is the thing that ties the art room and the body and the stage together. It's the blood and the body blood.
Might I propose an idea? It might do you well to tie your lips together, lest you further expose your ignorance.
I've tried that. It doesn't make them any bigger. This isn't
No!
exactly the
Wait.
time for black comedy, Prosecutor Blackwell.
What?
TikTok.
You try being a 13-year-old in law middle school. Anyway, the court will recall the wire on which the school banner was hung.
Yeah, the shotgun glass thing was also bullshit. Went to the hospital.
That wire was strung between the art room and the stage, which allowed students to run or reel in the school banner from the art room. The body could have easily been lowered down to the stage via this wire.
Objection!
Spare me your armchair theories. This wasn't some kind of high wire act. The body surely would have fallen, yet there are no signs of blunt force trauma.
You surprised me there, Prosecutor Blackwell.
You're a coward and an
Tummy full of
idiot.
cheese curds. You didn't actually think I failed to account for that.
I'm sure that's exactly what he thought, actually.
The hype man in the video coming in like, yeah!
When we investigated the stage yesterday, the bottom part of the school banner had been tied into a pouch-like shape. And pouches, this is true, are useful for carrying things. What do you think this one could have carried?
Well, go on, please explain.
The body was bundled into the pouch-like section of the banner and sent down the wire. The body would have been down on the stage in a flash, and there'd be no need for a mat.
Have we shown them the actual bloody banner yet?
Not yet.
I've heard the phrase carrying the banner, but this banner does the carrying?
I think we're just proving right now that you could use a banner on a pulley system.
I've got no patience for you and your cheap parlor tricks. Your claim is as shaky as a corpse performing that absurd high wire act.
If you have an actual objection, then just come out and say it.
Alright. I trust you recall the bloodstains left on the art room pottery. If the wire had been used to move the body, it would have to be via the window above the quad, the one with the winch. However, the blood-stained pottery was next to the window above the maintenance area.
Unless it had been moved, or it's different blood.
Ergo, the wire and banner had not at all to do with this case.
Oh. The blood-stained pottery. I remember that.
This doesn't look good. We'll be back to the mat theory if you don't do something.
Well, Miss Sykes, I hope you have something better than this time than a circus act.
I like that they keep calling it like a high wire circus act when the alternative is like a series of like bounce to like cart to stage.
The victim's
Like
blood.
Yeah, I do like blood at all being here because this is calling for you to remember that was confirmed earlier, that it was in fact blood. But yeah, no, it's Hugh.
maybe it's not the victim's blood. Did the police check to see from whom the blood on the pottery came from?
Shame on you, Sykes Dunno. Have a little respect for the constabulary.
No.
That's fair. I don't.
Oh my god! Oh my god!
Fulbright.
You were right!
Looks like they didn't check it.
Oh, don't let it get you down, Prosecutor Blackwell. Everyone makes mistakes.
Ooh.
Bear me your cheek. We will know not either way till the tests are run.
True, but in the meantime, I'm going to press my claim as far as I can.
With a shot glass,
Your
yeah.
baldness. I demand that the blood on the pottery be analyzed this instant.
Of course, it shouldn't take long to get the results back.
It didn't take long to get the results back.
Oh my, that was quick.
We're history if it turns out to be the victim's blood.
Please, please, let it be someone else's.
It seems the blood was not from the victim.
What?
Furthermore, a comparison with other parties involved with this case reveals that the blood belongs to one Hugh O'Connor.
Someone with a bristly blooded bandage. Score.
Kobe!
That makes sense too. That makes sense too. Because, like, if he just had a hand injury, even if it was inconvenient with the timing, why hide it, you know?
I would also like to point out that Blackwell said it was a particularly grisly wound, so getting stabbed with an awl would just be a through and through. This is clearly something more involved.
Yeah, this is...
Like, possibly a defensive wound, possibly.
Yeah, maybe, very maybe. Anyways, the last person to talk was Hugh, but that can't possibly be his flashback, so I think this is Athena's.
Don't worry, Junie. Just try to relax. Hugh's hands. His hands were dripping with blood. Your Honor, as we saw earlier, the witness's left hand had suffered a serious injury. He sustained the wound in a struggle with the victim, and his blood got on the pottery. Then Junie saw his blood-stained hands as they passed each other in the first floor hall. It's the only explanation that covers everything.
Objection!
There is but one way now to turn aside her blade, but do not cast the blame on me. Your grudge is with Sykesdono, for it is she who forces me to expose your secret.
Oh, shit!
Fine, whatever.
Life's ruined anyways, it's fine.
Wow, how much dirt does he have on Hugh?
Oh!
The court will observe this odd-looking envelope.
What's a little paperclip? I can't think too deeply about it.
It was inside this that Miriam Scuttlebutt's script was found.
What the fuck? Did she make a spring-loaded razor blade trap on a script? What?
What a
Hang on.
nasty little rodent. Just in general, even if she didn't. Miss Scuttlebutt's... But didn't the prosecution already claim that this envelope is the one that contained her script?
Circumstances have changed. You see, Golden Boy had hidden this from us all.
Let's see here. My word, talk about the world's most painful paper cut.
Indeed. You can clearly see that if this envelope is not opened correctly, a powerful spring-loaded blade will shoot forth, leaving a horrible gash upon the hand. The only one who had been told of the correct way to open it was Constance Court.
So it was a security mechanism she made? Oh
But
my
also,
god!
But also, like, one that I guess no one knows about until you open it, and then at that point, I guess it's just, well, they can't keep reading the script if they have to go to the hospital.
I guess.
You can also note the various cuts on her fingers from the bandages.
Because she was
Because
trying
she
to
was
build it
setting
and
up
kept
that
fucking it
trap.
up over and over. Oh my god.
Yep. This was actually foreshadowed.
Holy
Oh, Miriam. Who's back? Is this,
shit. This is Athena, I think.
No, I think this is Blackwell.
Oh,
Blackwell
okay.
was the last person to speak, but how do you remember the parts you weren't there for?
You really
Oh.
want to see my script that bad? Well, you better watch out. Read it without my permission, and you'll wish you hadn't.
And that's exactly how she sounds.
Jesus Christ.
Yikes, Miriam wasn't kidding when she said that.
Why the hell would Professor Court accept a booby trap submission? She didn't. The only person who's claiming it was accepted is Scuttlebutt.
No, that's true.
Everyone had to submit at least one. So Court probably would have been like, okay, yours is disqualified, but you submitted it. Disqualified on account of the sliced
The
hand.
actual
open part.
weapon.
Jesus Christ.
The blood on the blade is the witnesses. Our genius here tried to sneak a peek at the wrong script and paid for his foolishness.
And that would explain why Court was so mad at him and wanted to talk to him. But like, what the fuck, dude?
Ouch. This guy's the worst genius I've ever seen.
Don't worry, Athena. The wound isn't that deep. We've still got the wire theory.
Yeah, I've got it. Since the blood by the window overlooking the maintenance area isn't the victim's, there's no longer any basis for denying the body was used moving the wire in the banner. Therefore, the defense once again asserts just that.
Okay.
You call yourself a lawyer. Don't you see the glaring contradiction in your thinking?
My hands has ouchie, can't lift body if hands have ouchie.
Impossible.
Huh?
My blood wasn't on the body. Because there's someone else there.
The court would like to remind the witness that his role is not to point out.
And you. How can you adhere to such outdated beliefs? But whatever. It seems you've forgotten the two statues that were on stage directly below the wire.
The two
Statues
broken
with this
statues?
Only one of which we bothered to reconstruct.
A body sent sliding down the wire would have crashed into them. Can you care to explain that away?
Why, I believe he's right. The statues and the wire are extremely close together.
The body would have collided with the statues. What if they did collide? Wait, that's it. Speaking of those statues, we still don't know how they were broken. But if we assume the body crashed into them,
Bop, bop.
How did it go directly into the back of Phoenix's head and not get extra stab wounds?
it's
Good
it's not
point.
that accurate of a statue. They didn't
Yeah.
put as much effort into his.
It's all paper mache back there.
Yeah,
We also didn't rebuild it, so...
that's true. We don't know,
It's
and
so
that could have
funny.
just been soft. We may not have let that set properly.
Yeah, we didn't give a shit about Phoenix's statue.
That would also explain that loud sound we heard when we were in the waiting room.
Court still took the submission instead of going, you fucking booby trap this, that's 20 detentions, I'll take this away. For all we know, she might have been pursuing something like that, but it would also explain why she was so pissed that Hugh opened it. Like, not only were you trying to cheat, but also that insane fucking shit that kid did that I hoped would just go away is now gonna be a lawsuit.
Oh, now that you mention it, you and Mr. Wright were sent out to stage right after you heard the sound, correct?
Interesting. How very interesting. But may I ask just one question? When was it that you heard said sound?
It was a little after the mock trial had started. Mr. Wright and I were practically bored to tears there in the waiting room when... Oh!
Precisely. If that sound you heard did happen while the body was being moved, that would place it during the mock trial.
Good point. This thing could be set up either by somebody else or remotely, but that's a good point. I don't know what to say
Which
to that.
means the body wouldn't have been there before the mock trial started. You see, right before the mock trial started, I saw the body. said he saw the body before the mock trial. If so, then my claim that the body was moved during the mock trial doesn't hold water. Stupid contradiction. It's gonna get me and our case killed.
The focus was on just 3 suspects before the body was moved before the mock trial. That has been the major premise thus far. Your assertion, therefore, contradicts the very foundation of this case.
Both sides still lack incontrovertible evidence.
He's right.
So, should we not also treat Golden Boy's testimony with some level of suspicion?
Good point.
Yeah, fuck you, Golden Boy.
Prosecutor Blackwell is on our side. I bet he's figured out the truth behind this case.
Well, fucking great, as long as he's not up to something else.
If the statues really were broken when the body hit them, then Hugh's statement about seeing the body before the mock trial is a big, fat lie. Okay, Mr. O'Connor. Let's get to the bottom of this contradiction about when you saw the
Oh,
body.
is he actually going to testify again?
Look me
you're not
straight
ready
in the
for
eyes
this.
and repeat your statement to me.
Like I said before, before the mock trial, the body was, you know... I shall only say this once, Golden Boy. You had best tell the truth and do it now. That is, if your head wishes to enjoy the continued companionship of your body.
I'm actually kind of with Blackwell on this one. If you murdered someone, you're gonna die, dude. You're 25. You're not a minor.
Yeah, that's true.
Now, out with it. Did you truly witness the body?
Or were you just lying about it? Well, which is it? Wow, I would not want to be in the crosshairs of these two.
You what? I never saw the body.
Are you sure about that? Lie to this court again and I will charge you with perjury.
There was no body on that stage. I've been lying about that this whole time. I'm sorry.
Well, this is like being caught in the crosshairs of like Hollister bullies and Hot Topic bullies. Being caught in their crosshairs. Yes, we've exposed
The worst
his
crossfire to be in.
The worst crossfire to be in. The goss and the jock and the preps, they don't like you. But why would he lie about this to begin with?
Order. The base premise that the body was moved before the mock trial has been overturned. I imagine this has been an impact on both the defense and the prosecution's case.
Well, first I'd like to thank the prosecutor. This brings us one step closer to the truth. Now, at least, we know the body was moved using the wire in the school banner.
Indeed. That much I shall concede, Sykes Dunno.
Nice.
The body was moved as you stated, and in the midst of the mock trial.
So both sides are satisfied then?
If the body was moved before the mock trial, we have our 3 suspects. However, if the move took place in the midst of the mock trial, it is an entirely different story.
Unfortunately, this doesn't save Juniper.
Right. All 3 suspects were in the mock trial. That gives them solid alibis.
There were periods where Juniper was not seen. I don't think it's not a lot of time. However, she's not completely out of the woods yet.
Yeah. It's still another hole.
She's not
that
out
we
of the
have to
Juniper Woods yet.
Correct.
How simplistic. Did you forget about the student in charge of the audio? Amidst the mock trial, she was the one soul who could leave and re-enter the lecture hall.
What's this? Who is this person in charge of the audio?
Oh no, how could I forget? It was... Hey, what's the deal here? Why is Junie so large in the shot? Juniper was also in charge of the audio. When she wasn't in the trial, she was in the audio control room dealing with the music.
Is she a court jester? What?
Trying to do like a little
approve of
Pinocchio voice.
I love that.
Indeed, the one who could enter the art room amidst the mock trial to move the body was none other than the accused, Juniper Woods, for she was in charge of the audio.
No.
Why, yes, I see. That does make perfect sense.
This can't be happening. Instead of exposing Hugh's crime, Junie's in even deeper. No matter how you slice it, we're cooked.
We're cooked!
And here I thought Prosecutor Blackwell was on our side, at least on this issue.
Twisted Samurai strikes again.
Twisted? It's more like dirty rotten.
Bitch, you're just mad that I'm right.
Your boldness. It is time to put an end to this farce.
The prosecution has presented quite a convincing case, but the defense has one last chance to voice any remaining objections. Well, Miss Sykes?
Apollo, what are we gonna do? I've got nothing left. Nothing. Nada. Niente.
Motherfucker, did you just say niente? I've been trying to think of something, but honestly, I'm drawing a big blank too.
Gavin is doing, like, 5-point stretches right now. He is, like, cracking his ass, getting ready to sprint into the courtroom to do hold it!
He's doing like
Big
fucking
beast.
poltergeist walks across the ceiling and stretching. Did somebody say niente? Poor Junie. Unless we figure out something, she'll be... Objection. Objection? Well, I object to...
Hold it, bitches!
Wrong.
Who
Uh-oh.
else do you think? Who...
Stop right there. All ears to me. It's time you heard about the rare genius of Hugh O'Connor.
I guess as long as it's not Phoenix Wright.
Listen, and you will hear the secret behind my perfect crime.
Okay.
It would be funny if, like, he did this and was, like, trying so hard to hide behind it, but was just so humiliated and, like, his whole persona being a genius was broken down time after time that he's like, actually, I'm good at things. I did murder so good.
I think, unfortunately, he's trying to protect someone, and I have a couple ideas who it could be. I think he's only partially involved in this.
Here's the thing. All I'm gonna say is... he does wear the friendship, like, choker.
Yeah, that,
Oh, yeah.
he clearly values
truly-
that.
He truly, genuinely does care about Juniper and Robin.
And unfortunately, I think I
And
know
if
why.
if his life is already ruined, might as well take the fall for her, right?
That's true.
Perfect.
Crime?
Wait. This is some serious deja vu. Didn't we go through something like this yesterday?
Yes, we did. This had better not be another one of his enraging traps.
This is why perjury's supposed to be a crime.
Murder, the moving of the body, the cover-up, it all sprung from my brilliant mind. Well, go ahead, arrest me. The real killer is right before you.
Oh, my Christ, Mr. O'Connor! Oh, my God! You already confessed yesterday, then earlier today recanted your confession.
As if you mouth breathers could comprehend my genius. The end justifies the means. Now, bow down and kneel. Kneel before my great and maddening intellect.
Objection!
Enough. The only thing maddening is the ignominy you bear for all to see. For it is impossible for you to have been the perpetrator behind this crime. There is no perfect crime, only a perfect alibi, for you were at the mock trial. And it is silly that I must remind you of this, but you were a participant the entire time. There shall be no more mercy if you persist in hindering this trial with your silly little act.
Whew.
Hugh doesn't seem the least bit shaken by Blackwell's threat.
Listen, Mr. Prosecutor, calling that a perfect alibi is beyond contempt. Your Honor, I would like to take this opportunity to offer further testimony.
Your Honor, can I bullshit some more, Your Honor, please?
I will now demonstrate the very moment of genius that transcended even perfection.
Give us your
It's
genius.
all good, AJ. Here we go.
You won't believe this, but I used a body double.
Okay.
That wasn't the real me at the mock trial, you see. That means I didn't almost lose. My body double almost did. I slipped out stealthily while my double took care of the trial.
What?
I had the run of the campus. In short, I'm the killer. I am. Juniper's innocent.
I stuck a blow-up doll at that none of you people noticed because I'm so genius and you're absolute mouth breathers. You didn't even notice that it was a big sack full of hay.
Okay, I've got a question.
I prepared a Jeff for myself.
Oh my god, that's such an inside joke.
I know.
I have a question I was hoping the defense and the prosecution might answer. Is it just me, or is the witness's testimony fucking bullshit?
No, it's not just you, Your Honor. All I got from listening to that was a headache.
This is the first time I think the series has ever done this, where they go through the whole testimony rigmarole, only for every character to go, okay, well that was bullshit.
We all agree. We're all in agreement.
Yeah, that was just plain weird. Especially the whole thing about a body double. Why
Well-
bring up the straw?
I'm relieved it's not just me. Okay, prosecution.
Your boldness, summon an ambulance this instant. The witness is stark raving mad.
Oh my god, that's so good.
Okay, yeah, he either go into the hospital and then go to jail.
This poor boy, this poor child. Your Honor, again, he is 25. Though that's honestly a toddler compared to me.
Now then, let's pretend that never happened and move on to my verdict.
Hold it? You people don't believe me?
Well, it's not a matter of not believing you. It's more along the lines of questioning your sanity.
Yeah, the funny farm just called. They want their
Ooh.
genius back.
Oof, Apollo.
Me too. Look at you.
Listen, Athena's rubbing off on me, alright? Shut your pie holes. The intellect of a genius transcends logic. Besides, don't you guys have that weird device for testimony like this?
It's not a weird device. And I don't waste him on ridiculous testimonies.
Easy there, Tiger. Think of it this way. We don't want a verdict to be passed just yet. So, how about we give Widget a try?
Athena, have you considered stalling?
Yeah, that
Yeah,
is actually
like,
in our best interest.
He's given us a chance to stall. Let's stall.
This is against my better judgment, but I'd like to conduct a short 2-hour therapy session.
Your better judgment? I'm a judge and it's far beyond mine. Yeah, I gotta admit, I kinda wanna see this one out. Prosecutor Blackwell, you vibe checking on this? Blackwell?
He is fully checked out. He is gone.
The prosecutor said, "Rubbish! We will be out on a stroll." Then left with Detective Fulbright.
He's taking him for walkies.
He just left!
For a stroll. Didn't even take the bird. Said, you watch this and keep notes. Take notes,
Trust-
birdie.
I trust you, Bird. I trust you more than the detective. I'm going home.
Yo.
This is incredible.
How does he keep getting away with stuff like that?
He's on death row and he gets to just leave.
Yeah,
Well-
well, Fulbright's like, hey, Buster, I don't think we can just go on a route. Well, that's a shame because I really wanted to hear about all of the history of, the Power Rangers. I love the Power Rangers, let me tell you.
It's all the
Denying
American
my-
stuff.
Denying my ability to... I'm sorry. Denying my ability to get exercise. That's not very just, is it? You're right. Let's go now. That's all he has to say.
I'll tell you all about Orange Power Ranger. Anyway. He just had, like, some off-brand, like, doesn't know.
I arrested the one who decapitated his roommate with a sword. That was me. I got that guy. I've been obsessed ever since. I didn't know what they were before.
Anyways, this isn't a no, so let's do it. All right, Miss Sykes, you may proceed with your therapy session. Bird isn't no.
I've seen my share of crazy trials, but this one honestly takes the cake.
Honestly, be careful what you wish for. Apollo Justice isn't around, but you've got
There's some more to come.
Here's the thing. I'm half expecting him to find out he's actually telling the truth.
Yeah.
Okay.
His emotions are out of control.
So he is
Yeah.
stark raving happy here.
Happy, gleeful, and energetic.
Wasn't
And
real
the
me at book.
idea of the body double that he's implying is just a guy wearing a 2D mask, which is even sillier than anything I was describing.
That I didn't almost lose. My body double did.
Hey, that's 2 for 1.
Well, my double took care. I find it interesting that his hand's already injured in this, but I guess that makes sense because it was from reading the script. You had to run to the campus. I'm the killer.
Okay.
I'm the killer, and he's claiming
hang on.
he's proud. Like, with the happy being here the whole time.
Yes, but he's praising his own genius in this crime. So him being happy there makes sense. But why is he still feeling that same joy over Juniper if this is all about his confession?
Yeah. He would only be feeling joy if he was like, thank God Junie doesn't have to go to jail.
If he was focused on saving her instead of bragging about his crime.
Mr. O'Connor, yesterday, you said that you really didn't care about Miss Woods anymore.
That's right, I forgot he said that.
Yep.
I already told Juniper, so I might as well tell you, I don't really care about her anymore. What? Why?
Yeah, well, Juniper reported my secret to Professor Court.
His secret? Oh, the bribe.
She wanted... I was gonna say which one.
Yeah, exactly. I was gonna say there were like
wanted-
bigger fish.
She wanted nothing to do with me because I had disappointed her. That's why I don't care about her anymore. I was never trying to protect her. My confession was always about one thing and one thing only. The truth.
Mr. O'Connor, you feel great happiness in the fact that you might help set Miss Woods free. So much so that it overshadowed all of your other emotions.
What are you...
I can hear it clearly now, Mr. O'Connor. The discord you've been trying to suppress. People don't normally feel like you do when you confessed.
I'm not trying to suppress Discord. I use it all the time, second to Reddit.
Yeah, unfortunately, probably.
So, Hugh really was trying to protect Juniper still.
Regardless of what issues I have with this game, the prosecutor is not one of them. Him just straight up walking out as a bit is an unparalleled moment. Yeah, absolutely incredible. He's just not
I'm sorry,
there.
Black Will's the best.
With
Black
a
Will's
note-taking
just the best.
bird.
He just leaves.
It's standing on one foot, like on the notepad with one foot and a pen in the other. Just
He
a
just
quill
goes back
pen.
to prison.
He just takes out one of its molten quills and dips it in ink. Takes notes. It's genius.
It just
Yes, I'm
rips
sure
off
of it.
itself. Oh.
Well, it's a molting one, so this way, it's good for the environment.
Yeah.
Hugh's feelings for her are the real deal. That means his confession is...
Presumably Blackwell.
from a great distance, whoever it is.
Finally figured out the obvious, have we?
Yeah, there we are.
Oh, wow, look who fucking showed up.
Sorry,
the bird drops
You
off
must
all the notes.
understand. I refuse to be involved in any therapy session.
But
So
really-
now that the therapy's done, I'm back.
Now that
confession
we've
was-
avoided all the feelings talk. Thanks for the
Confession was
notes,
not lied.
birds. I should have taught you how to write.
Oh, that would have helped. Oh wow, this is this is Pigeon Scroll. I don't
Which
know
is
what I
very
expected.
interesting. I thought he only spoke Hawk.
Yeah.
The
But he's
confession
fluent.
was... The confession was naught but lies, save for the part about being in the mock trial. I like the bird's eyes getting a little wide every time he slams.
It's so cute.
Ah! Can we all agree now that the killer is the one in charge of the audio, i.e. the accused?
Oh, why couldn't you have taken a longer stroll?
No, you haven't unraveled the genius of my body double trick yet.
Oh my god.
You can't be serious. Do you really expect us to believe you had a body double?
This is like if Light Yagami really wanted people to know about the camera and the chip or the screen and the chip bag thing. Like, he was really annoyed people didn't figure that out. Like, no, you didn't see my genius. I have to tell everyone.
So where
Yes, I
is the
do.
body double? I ate it. I ate
don't
it.
think-
You can't see it now, actually, because I ate it.
Cannibal,
But if you think I
arrest me.
didn't, then prove it. Prove it. Either we quit here and Juniper's found guilty, or we play along with Hugh's delusions.
Let's
Diffusions.
go with the least worst choice. But first, let me update his testimony.
Alright, let's see. You won't believe this, but why are you okay, I'm gonna check the other. Okay, no, I will add. I've got to ask about this.
He's surprised by his own genius.
Okay.
Mr. O'Connor, this emotion is inconsistent with your testimony.
You don't know what you're talking about. I take joy in my intellect, feel anger towards your superficiality, suffer sadness at the world's ephemerality, and wonder at the universe's mysteries.
Should have brought my dictionary to court. Wait, no, let me try that one again.
I also suffer sadness at the futility of your efforts, but
Okay,
if
so
you
that's
must...
just a generic failure line. That wasn't the real me at the mock trial. Okay, his emotions have calmed down a little bit overall. That
He's masking all of them.
means I
Yeah.
didn't almost lose. My body double almost did. Haha, I slipped out while my body double took care of the trial. I had the run of the campus, haha. In short, I'm the killer. Okay, well that's new.
Now,
Juniper's
this one
innocent,
might-
sad.
Now, why would he be sad then about her being declared
He
innocent?
Now, he did just declare he's mostly happy, but he is sad because she said that he disappointed her.
Okay,
feelings
and
towards
so he's
Juniper
a little
and-
sad about that.
Yes,
Okay.
I would not pinpoint that.
Okay.
Yeah, because that is
okay.
expected. However,
This
what-
one might surprise you.
Yeah.
Go back to the third statement, the one that's blank.
The one where he's like,
Why isn't he
feeling
feeling...
Oh,
anything, yeah.
good.
Here
Yeah,
anymore?
good point.
Because-
That means I didn't almost lose. My body double did. Like it
So-
would have been like haha or like surprise that they fucked up or something. Like
Or anger.
why is there no emotion at all here?
So, go to happiness, because he felt that when his
Earlier.
emotions were going
Oh, yeah,
wild.
yeah,
Yes.
yeah,
What?
yeah.
And
what-
now
he's
there's
feeling no
nothing.
joy at
Nothing,
it at
yeah.
all.
I didn't almost lose, you say. Very
I
odd.
like that a lot.
You exhibited happiness the entire time, except during the statement.
You don't know when to give up. Wait, now that I think about it,
No, don't. Stop thinking. Stop making stuff up.
when I left the lecture hall, it was during Professor Means' pre-trial speech. That's when I moved the body. I then slipped back in just before the verdict.
You're saying you were there the moment your double was about to lose?
Yes, I was. Naturally, I wasn't happy when I saw that. In any case, I was at the far end of the lecture hall behind the screen. I figured no one would see me if I came in and went through the doors there. Sykes don't know. How much longer will you indulge him in this charade? While it is true that none in the audience might see him go through either of those doors, the faculty seats on the balconies are a different story and have a splendid view. I thought you could do better than that. The lawyer's bench is on the right side when facing the front of the hall. I used the door on the right side near the lawyer's bench. That means my movements were only visible to someone in the left balcony seat. But that seat was empty at the time, which is only
'Cause
natural.
Court was supposed to be up there, huh?
After all, it belonged to Professor Court, and as we all know, she was already dead by then.
Okay.
That can't be right. An empty balcony seat on the left side contradicts this piece of evidence.
Hang on, not present. Just checking. Means court left side. Yeah, we have a document that shows that it's the reverse of the
Also-
thing that he's claiming.
No,
Yes.
that is actually the correct angle. However, keep in mind it's still the lecture hall diagram, but keep in mind where he is claiming to have gone. That's through the audio control room as well.
Right.
There was someone going there back and forth the entire time.
Oh, that's true. Who has made no mention of seeing him there, yeah. I have no idea where this contradiction is going, but I don't have any other moves at this point.
Wait, no, that is Professor Mead. Never mind.
No, yeah, I was gonna
thinking
say,
too far ahead.
I
Yes.
think that they were saying like left balcony empty, and this is the same perspective. Yeah. Professor Means is up
Technically,
there.
it depends on what direction you're standing, what's left and right. Like, if you're coming out from the door he came at, left or right is different than if you're facing... Anyway, his left or our left. Guess I'll just have to follow it and see where this takes me. You said the left balcony seat was empty, but was it really?
I saw it with my own eyes. It was definitely empty.
But what about this diagram?
Right. He got the seats confused. I was thinking it was involved to the audio control room. I was misremembering.
I see. According to this, Professor Means was supposed to be seated in the left balcony seat. But if you left the lecture hall during this pre-trial speech, he would have been standing there at his seat addressing the students and faculty.
No, this can't be right.
Wow, we.
Oh my god, we're
really gotta
only
work
at
through 'em.
80.
You do no one any favors by exposing the falsities of his confession. I've told plenty of lies so far, but this part is true, I tell you. There was nobody in the left balcony seat. You've got to believe me.
Unfortunately, I think he might actually be right. I think he's lying about the time, but he is correct that I looked up there and nobody was there. I think there's a chance that Means was out and about during the murder.
Well, also, when we get the chance, can we see... Is there anywhere in the court record where we can see the, footage that was taken?
Unfortunately, no.
No.
Because I don't recall...
Because Robin kept that.
Yeah, that's right. I don't recall seeing him during, the time when the speech was happening, standing up in that corner talking.
It might have been
sounded
pre-taped.
It sounding like it was going over the speakers, which kind
It could
of
be-
brings me back to suspect number one in a way.
Yeah.
That's my first suspect anyway. Doesn't seem like he's lying this time. Okay, Mr. O'Connor. Let's have you testify again, but this time don't spare any details.
You got it. I'll repeat it as many times as you'd like. I mean, my ingenious escape act warrants repeating, considering I'm the real killer.
Okay. All I really care about is whether that seat was empty or not.
Okay. Info update. Yeah, so we're seeing behind. The second floor was deserted. Why are you surprised that the second floor was deserted?
Let's keep going. It's an entirely new testimony.
Oh, I see. Why won't you
believe me? It's true, I tell you. I went out through the back door without anyone noticing. Then, all I had to do was go through the empty audio control room.
Why was it empty?
So sad.
It leads into the hallway, so I was perfectly capable of moving the body. Why is he so overwhelmingly sad, too?
Yeah.
Because this is why he thinks Juniper did it. Because she wasn't there. Oh my god.
I detected powerful sadness and fear right after you said this part.
No worries, Volpix. Welcome aboard. Oh, they're doing the same trial. This is a good fucking trial.
Yeah.
It's as if you said something you shouldn't have.
This is my favorite of the Ace Attorney games I've played.
Mm-hmm.
Although I still haven't played Spirit of Justice, but...
Yeah, we'll see. There's still
Honestly-
mystery ahead.
Honestly, that one doesn't strike me. I played the tutorial trial. I don't think it's going to usurp this one.
Is that at least silly?
Oh, it's very silly. Also, kind
We
of
can work with
racist.
Oh, great.
Look,
We're silly.
they approach the same angle of goofy fucking comedy names, except now they're doing this with a setting pretty clearly inspired by India.
I see what you mean.
It gets
Cross that bridge when we get to it.
it gets pretty racist.
In 2029, when we get to that bridge.
All right, let's keep it rolling.
What's wrong with you? You shouldn't reveal a person's inner feelings for all to see.
Mr. O'Connor, it's you who is revealing your inner emotions by the way you speak.
Please appreciate that the screen glowed
is
red
Plus-
when he was so mad.
I do like that.
You have a good idea about why you're feeling sad.
You're a horrible person. Can't you just leave me be?
I
No.
am.
You said you went through the empty audio control room, but that's not true, is it? There was someone who returned from there once Professor Means finished his speech. And that someone who was in the audio control room was, oh yeah, more so than no one being there. If no one was in there when he was going through and she came out from the other side, like where there'd be no reason for her to have left this event, I could see why he would be suspicious of her then. I know you realized there was a problem with your statement as you were saying it. That's why you felt so uneasy. If the audio control room really was empty, that would mean Miss Woods was roaming around the campus. Mr. O'Connor, if you really want to protect Miss Woods, just tell the truth. If you believe in her, revealing the truth is the same as protecting her.
Damn.
Juniper's innocent. That's the truth. But in this dark age of the law, the truth can be easily twisted to serve anyone's needs. When the end justifies the means, your only choice is to fight back with lies.
Hugh's heart won't hold out under this battle between truth and lies. Is there something I can do to make him recant his false statement?
I fear nothing now that I've lost everything. Go ahead, Prosecutor Blackwell. Cut me down if you wish. I thought you'd never ask. With you gone, we may swiftly proceed to a verdict.
Oh, he's charging up! He's charging up!
Yeah, he's going super prosecutor. Boy?
Oh, god damn it! Oh, god!
He's busting again!
I don't want to be the poor accountant down at the detention center. Hugh O'Connor, in deference to your valor, I will limit your suffering with one clean blow.
Wait just one moment before you cut him down.
Not come between a samurai and his foes, Psych Dono.
Oh, I never learned about this in law school.
No kidding.
Careful, prosecutor. Remember that shocking experience you had last time.
Oh yeah, that's right. The puppy play shot caller that he has with Fulbright. That's right.
Very well, Golden Boy may live. For now.
I forgot.
Not alrighty, Mr. Connor. Miss Woods would never want you to protect her this way. She values the friendship between the three of you more than anything.
That's where you're wrong. She doesn't feel anything for me now.
Did she figure out that you're 25
You're a weird,
and we're
creepy
lying?
adult.
What does it matter anymore? I might as well tell you everything. This is, no doubt, news to you, but I am not and never was a genius.
Sorry, but I already knew.
Yeah, we could tell.
Yeah, me too, bro.
And don't forget me. No, in all fairness, it was pretty obvious.
The stuff he said was crazy.
Don't need to rub it in, okay? Just shut up and listen. It all started several days ago.
If I had a nickel for every character wearing a collar in this case, I'd have 2 nickels, which isn't a lot, but it's weird that it happened twice.
I accidentally learned that my parents have been paying good money for my grades.
But that's bribery.
So the bribery wasn't Hugh's idea?
All of my perfect scores were the product of cold, hard cash, not genius.
I can fully believe that this guy was like, wow, I barely even have to try. I didn't even think that hard about that
Guess I'm a
test.
genius.
I didn't even fill in some of the spaces, and I guess they just got what I got.
Even worse, when I confronted my parents about it over the phone, Juniper overheard me.
Oh my, what a terrible misunderstanding.
I've been living a lie. I don't know what else there is to say. I'm no genius. I'm completely worthless. A perfect 0.
You...
Even so, I still wanted to make it up to Juniper for disappointing her like that. That's why I wanted to clear her name by pinning the blame on me. I mean, she probably hates me now, so it'd be a relief for her to see me locked away, right?
What if she only hated him for that reason and has no idea until this trial happened that he was a grown man?
If you were trying to help her, then why did you testify against her? You were the ones who told me to tell the truth yesterday, so I thought if I did, it would help her.
He wasn't trying to provoke us?
Looks like we seriously misunderstood him in more ways than one.
At the detention center yesterday, Junie was in tears when she opened up to me. But the truth is, the friendship between the three of them is still rock solid until they find out one of them is 7 years older than they're pretending to be. There was something that could help me prove that to Hugh.
I am very curious if they knew that or not. There's a chance that he, at some point in the friendship, was like, hey, I have to tell you this. And they were like, oh, okay, you just got held back or something. And because
they could even have known that, like, oh shit, you took time off school? Well, listen, all I'm going to say is I have made a lot of friends with people a lot older than me in college. This is a very standard university experience.
It is.
For one, this is a high school and, like, not a public one, like seemingly like a private one you have to be accepted to. And two,
I get that.
In universities, they take like pretty great. It's one thing if you're a couple years different, but most universities take steps to ensure that like the teenagers aren't directly interacting all the time with people who are a decade older than them or more because of the obvious liability issues that could happen there. But
most of my engineering degree, I almost said degrees, as if I have multiple. Most of my engineering courses, I was with the same dude. He was in his 50s.
A hairy engineer.
He was just a student with me.
Yeah.
We bonded because we saw each other fucking every day. Like, it happens.
It is distinctly that Famous is set up as this, like, private institution for the bright young fledgling students, and that some of them are 17, that makes the idea that not only was he lying, like, okay, to be clear, he was not lying to the school about his age.
Well, yeah, and it seems like it's supposed to be one of those things of like he's so not great at school that his parents were then like paying for him to still be in this prestigious university because presumably or high school because presumably they wouldn't just like accept him unless his parents had money and influence after taking a 7-year hiatus. So it's like paying to get into the university and paying for his grades because clearly what he needs is some other kind of special education. Like clearly this is not suiting his learning style if he couldn't study for 7 years.
The other thing that I want to note is that this is an issue with localization.
Yeah.
Because high school in Japan is not the same as high school in America. So they're basing this around like a Japanese high school, which are universities that you apply to.
And maybe in the future, you know.
But as a result of translating it to just a legal high school in the American sense, they've now made this a far more unlikely thing as opposed to if it was just a university that you apply to, like it would be the closest translation. yeah, it would make sense that there's older students there. Some of them
Yep.
just would be.
I really want to know, and we'll find out as we go, the specific detail of if his friends knew that he was older or not, because there's a chance they just did know and were like, it's okay, man, we're just friends. And also, to be fair, at least one other of them was also hiding a big secret thing, who was probably like, hey, bud, don't worry about it. Let's see.
Yeah, O'Connor's like, oh, you're only trans? That's, whoa, okay.
Oh, wow. Oh, I have several things. Holy shit. This is Athena's flashback.
We even have proof of our friendship. As long as our friendship lasts, you bet we'll be carrying them around.
It's hard to do a screaming Pinocchio.
Yeah,
not
that
gonna
voice is hell.
I know. What about the proof of friendship they mentioned? I wonder where or what that is.
The necklace, presumably? Yep.
Buy it.
Yep.
Proof
The
of
friendship necklace.
Maybe it's... No, that's definitely it. That band around his neck that he never takes off, even if he's in a construction uniform? That's probably his proof of friendship.
Why did they make it a high school anyway? Ultimately, because I think they fucked themselves over by the other games existing, because Phoenix went to this school and they kept saying that he went to a legal high school. They just kind of screwed themselves over.
I think the biggest thing is age comes up in pretty much most of the games, and it's important here. It's very relevant. Like throughout this whole case. So they couldn't fuck with the characters' ages, and as a result, they couldn't
You fuck
age
with the
them
lore
up.
a little bit.
Well, they couldn't age them up to be in college. And yes, Phoenix went to an art university.
And at
And
least
studied
if
law
this,
on the side. Oh my god, that's right.
Yes, his legal degree was his minor.
Plus, if this is in the United States, from my understanding, you just have to pass the bar exam. I could be totally wrong about this.
I believe so.
Like, technically speaking, they could be taught as children and then become a legal adult and try to pass the bar exam. Maybe they can keep going to schooling afterwards, but once you do that, you're in, baby. Ends justifies the means.
Yeah.
The reason that they kept it a high school is because Athena's age is vitally important to the main, like, all the cases of this game. Similarly, her being a childhood friend of Juniper that they grew up together is also vitally important to their background, which then means she has to have a locked-in age at 18. Meaning, as a senior, they can't age her up to account for that.
Yeah.
They'd have to change a lot more. So they just kept it a high school setting, even though the closest equivalent would be a college university.
Yeah, but hey, you know, they got bigger problems with their legal system at this point, other than putting teenagers in it. Maybe some of them would be
right.
solved by minimizing the amount of teenagers that are in it, but
Yeah, that is the thing, is that all of this doubles back to Professor Means being like, no, the cool thing about children of this age is that you can brainwash them, is you can teach them about the ends justifies the means shit ahead of time, before they learn it's
well,
bullshit.
they're still like young and malleable. You get it. You get in their
Yeah.
brains, and that's how
Yeah,
justice works.
That's why they had to, unfortunately, keep it. They had to keep it a high school setting, even though the writing very clearly implies that this is a university proper.
I like it. It's silly.
It's something that we could just kind of move past because we know
Yeah,
what
yeah.
they're writing, but
Yep.
because of cultural differences and locational localization issues, it's a little wrong, but that's fine.
It's
Yeah.
fun. Isn't most things in this universe just a little wrong, and that's why we like
Just
it?
a little off.
Yeah, it's all a mirror reflection. Are we still talking about a Means or Musk? Oof. Anyways.
Mr. O'Connor,
How dare you insult the great name of Professor Means?
that band around your neck, that's proof of friendship, isn't it?
Proof of friendship? Is that anything like a proof of purchase barcode?
If you're 5, yes. In court, evidence is everything. That's why the 3 friends created friendship bands. It's the evidence that proves their friendship.
Oh, how very interesting and chic. How chic!
This homemade jewelry made of craft foam bought from a dollar store these teenagers made. How chic! If they have doubts about their friendship, they can look to the proof they have on their hand. On hand. It's on their neck. That's why
What's on
Mr.
his
O'Connor's hand always goes to his neck when he's pressured. It proves he still has feelings of friendship towards the other 2.
Doesn't matter if I wear it. If those 2...
But they feel the same way too. I know they wear their friendship bands somewhere. Junie and Robin must both feel the same as Hugh. I just know. What if Junie's just been wearing her friendship band a little too tight around her neck, and that's she's coughing all the time?
I think she might have lost it, 'cause she still seems really, like, cagey about it. She might have either lost it or something has happened to it.
Everything Hugh has said leads me to believe that. In fact, he may have also just told me that the others wear their proof of friendship.
Where they're easy to touch.
Touch. Yeah.
If you've noticed, they all have mannerisms that go to a certain part that
Yeah.
is hiding where their band is.
All we have to do is think back to their testimonies. Ready?
You're right.
Mm-hmm.
Miss Newman. Sorry, I didn't see Athena. I got too excited to put up your voice again. Miss Newman holds her arm when pressured. And Miss Woods holds her wrist. I know Miss Woods very well. She would never abandon her friendship with you over something like this. And taking the blame for her will only succeed in making her terribly sad. So...
Is this the first time we've
Athena's
ever
like,
had...
I've been friends with her for years, so I know she's fine with being best friends with someone of questionable morals.
Oh, speaking of which... Remember full body cast? Oh!
They're
Bands of friendship
clay?
just for the 3 of us.
But you know, it's fine. They do what they do. Do what you do.
You may have forgotten about them, but not me.
Oh. Oh. No, she does still have it.
Hey, Hugh!
Oh my god. Oh. Okay, they knew then. They knew.
Yeah.
To think, I should have known better than to doubt my best friends.
Okay, I gotta recontextualize this guy. This is a complicated one. Man.
Yeah, I'm quite
Yeah.
fond of Hugh. I really am.
I didn't expect to sympathize with him more.
I didn't kill anyone, and I didn't have a body double. I thought it was just going to keep going automatically, my bad. I didn't move the body. I didn't even see it. And it may look like I'm speed reading. Zen and the art of mastering the bar exam, but I haven't read a single word.
Yeah, I could
No,
tell,
no, I
but
could have guessed that. I did.
they actually did a good job with the animation. I thought it might have just been a budgetary thing. Look at that motherfucker's eyes. They are not
Yeah, they're
reading
not
those
moving.
words.
No, they're not
The
moving.
pupils are not moving at all.
But they even include the detail that each flip of the paper moves his bangs.
and he's still blinking at everything. But yeah, he is not scanning at all.
Well, you could have fooled me. In fact, you did.
You.
Also the atrocious dub scream. It honestly, it was bad in a way that felt right for the moment. Of this
It felt
guy
real to me.
this guy is completely defeated and realizes, oh my god, they were actually my friends. They actually
And
were
also-
friends with me.
The fact that it doesn't sound like a good scream makes it feel the more real, like this is a dude who's just at the lowest point of his life.
So,
Yeah.
okay, we need to recontextualize who we are mad at here. Is it the 17-year-old girl shipping a 25-year-old with two 18-year-old girls? Because that's ultimately what happened here.
Yeah,
That's
we
Also,
have no
that 17-year-old also again putting razor blades in envelopes just for shits and giggles.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's important to remember all the things that we know about the love triangle angle have been directly from Scuttlebutt.
Yeah.
Hey.
Yeah, I mean she's like a worm, she gets in your ear. Also like truly like what administration was taking these bribes from his parents that was like, yeah, sure, man, I don't care how many fucking years it's been there, how many grades we gotta fudge. This is definitely what is best for these people. This is definitely, your kid does not need, like, some kind of, like, learning disability environment to help them or anything.
I agree, by the way, Vulpix. I don't think Scuttlebutt knew about Hugh's age. This is just a complicated situation of...
That would have been on the front fucking page.
Unintentional shipping.
Yeah. Oh my god, Scuttlebutt, the thing, remember that she said she deleted like 99%? She had deleted all of her planned exposés about, okay, I set up the love triangle angle, and then I set up he's actually old, and now I have the Yandere Dev interview, that was easy, he's my brother.
God, don't do that. Don't do that. Don't make Yandere Dev's sister Scuttlebutt.
Oh, Scuts.
Oh, Scuts. Oh, Scuts. You really Scuts this one up. Oh, man.
So, Miss Sykes, can I place my trust in you?
I'm going to save Junie. So yes, you can place your trust in me.
Then, am I to understand that the witness is recanting his confession?
Yes.
Yeah, this guy would have turned into a Larry Butts if he didn't have friends intervening.
I could not stop thinking for a second, and I went, don't bring that up. We already made a joke about her having a relative. I was going to make a joke about Scuts' uncle being Larry Butts, but...
God,
A most roundabout trial. I much prefer the turnabout variety myself.
No, wait, what if they are related, Marina? Oh, no.
Don't, we can't. Don't let the game get whipped.
Now we are back to the fact that there was no one suspect who lacked an alibi. Which is, in the end, the truth you've been seeking this entire time.
Actually, we do. We got out of all of that one other person without an alibi.
We sure did. So, we're back to square one. Now I'm exhausted and depressed.
The Butts are a proud dynasty with a long history. Syphilis killed about half of us.
Why are they the Pains?
I was trying to do the Butts voice, but I couldn't do it.
There's a je ne sais quoi.
Yeah, it's like you're pronouncing all of the French parts that French people hate.
It probably doesn't matter at this point, but I might as well update the mood matrix.
Update. Complicated.
There was no straw blow doll. Blow up doll.
Yeah, straw blow doll. That'll do.
Does this mean...
Further resistance is futile. The time for a verdict is nigh.
Please wait.
What sort of devilry are you up to now?
What if our client wasn't the only one without an alibi? The trial would continue, right?
Yes, I suppose it would. But after such a thorough investigation, does such a person really exist?
Yes, we found someone. It may have seemed like a major roundabout, but Mr. O'Connell's testimony has cracked this case.
Mitch O'Connell Jr. His parents are paying for law school and not paying attention.
Oh. There's no more noise. He was telling the truth now. During the mock trial, the balcony seat opposite him really was empty. Which means now there's one more person unaccounted for. There it goes.
Yeah, this guy's complicated, but
you know, again, bigger fish. Bigger fish.
He's complicated. Sorry? Wait, he's 20. Sorry,
Yeah.
he and Gavin are the same age?
Yes.
God, Gavin let himself go. I was gonna say he's complicated the same way Clavier is complicated, and as it turns out, yes.
Yeah.
Anyways, Aristotle means.
But you see, I like you.
The balcony seat was empty. That much is true, isn't it, Mr. O'Connor?
That's right. How many more times do I have to say it?
So basically, Professor Means wasn't where he was supposed to be during the mock trial.
Silence.
Bless you.
Excuse me. Need I remind you, every last soul in the lecture hall heard him deliver his speech.
I know. And that's not in dispute here. Now let me explain how a speech could be given from an empty seat. It was... Have you ever heard...
Pre-recorded.
You ever heard of this brand new technology? What if the speech was pre-recorded? That's the only way the speech could have been delivered from an empty balcony seat.
Do we? Yeah, Blackwell's what? Silence. Yeah, that's him. Who's objecting?
Wait, are you accusing Professor Means? That's insane.
Oh my god. Okay, wow. He really genuinely didn't think it could be him. Holy shit. So
Well, and also, like, you know, an authority figure and
Yeah.
a school that you deeply
'cause
respect,
ultimately he's 25, but also he's 25. He's still kind of young.
well, it's
and-
still an authority figure. Yeah, still an authority figure, too, to, like, be like, well, I don't know why, like, a teacher would kill another teacher sort of a thing, you know?
Whew.
That's a crazy thing to do.
I mean, he's the one who gave me the tape recorder.
The fake evidence?
Take this to the police, he said, and tell them you found it.
Oh, buddy, thanks for telling us that.
Thank you so much, O'Connor. Oh god, now
He
that
really did just win our case for us, didn't he?
Yeah, now that we know that he really is just a neat fuck-up whose parents are desperately trying to make him do things he is incapable of doing, and you should instead be helping him, because neat fuck-up is only a conversation to be had if you are trying to be forced into this school architecture that is clearly not for him, and they just throw money at the problem instead of actually addressing the root of it. Instead, they can just fix it by, it's okay, just fake evidence. You can just, O'Connor is also a fucking victim of this whole charade here, because he was never given another choice. He clearly doesn't want to be a lawyer.
Well, and also, if it hadn't been something to do with, like, these teenagers, the whole time, I mean, obviously he's supposed to be suspicious, but, like, or at least to me, he's supposed to be suspicious. But I've kind of suspected Professor Means.
Oh, yeah,
ever
Means
since
was real sus, yes.
He's just been too helpful when the only other type of person who would benefit from a teacher who is doing meticulous investigations of the school is someone who doesn't want something found out about them and is an adult with a prestigious position. Because
Yes.
even a child or, like, 18, 25-year-old, like, if you are a student, you could theoretically be, like, fully banned from campus and still attend a different school. If you're a professor and people found out you're, like, taking bribe money...
Banned for life from
Yeah, you are
academia.
out.
Yeah, you don't,
Yeah, that would get around. Like...
Y'all watch some Bobby Broccoli videos and learn about some people who commit a fraud in academia and are banished for life from academia. Holy shit, the things those people have to do.
Watch some Bobby Broccoli videos, and you can see far better versions of college papers I wrote.
Yeah, very quick side note, it's just very amusing how many of the Bobby, brockumentaries, as he calls them, happen to be on topics that you also personally...
That I literally wrote papers about in college.
Yeah.
It's just the stories always advance well beyond because I am an old, beyond
time
where
happened.
my college was.
Yay.
And he does so much fucking better than I ever did. It's
I
just the 2 nickels moment for me.
I wonder if Court said you're a goner on the tape. No, it's already been proven the shout was from the tape. Yeah, what we've proven is that the tape has an overdub over it. They still said they were looking into what has been removed from the tape. So it is possible Court's voice in some part was removed from the tape, yes. But
Yeah, it may have been doctored in some way.
we're still waiting for Clavier to get the rest of that information.
Whether it was, like, pitched differently, like, or it's just like a chipmunk voice and they're like, that's gotta be lady. Definitely not sped up. Mr. O'Connor, did you just say that Professor Means gave that phony recording to you?
Phony? The defense will refrain from hurling unsubstantiated allegations.
It might hurt its feelings.
I said he gave it to me, but what do you mean it's phony?
Wow, who could have seen this development?
All right, now we present it, huh?
The voice shouting, "You're a goner," as recorded on the tape, was dubbed onto it using a line our client said in the mock trial video.
Why,
Right.
this is an extremely crucial piece of evidence!
Professor Means gave Hugh the phony tape. If that's really true, then Professor Means has guilt written all over him. Your Honor, the defense moves to call Professor Aristotle Means to the stand.
Okay, I do want to say out loud right now, if we want to power through the rest of this, I am willing to do it.
We're doing it.
Okay,
Okay.
absolutely.
Okay.
I can't imagine there's too much left anyway, because literally we're just running out of people.
Yeah, no, this is the last stretch of the whole case.
Okay.
We're finishing it today.
Hell
see
yeah. I've had coffee, I'm good.
The seat was never empty. 'Twas but an oversight by our dullard of a witness.
That being said, if anyone needs break.
Inmate, who was formerly a surgeon, once told me something. Okay, so
So
Could
Naruto
you-
was
could you-
also...
I'm sorry. Could
no,
you go back to the history real quick? I want to make sure that I read that. Cool. Formally,
That's why he had to become a ninja.
not formerly.
Oh, yeah.
That's why he had to become a ninja, because he was
professional.
a formal surgeon.
A professional inmate
Secret
surgeon.
ninja.
Secret
Formal
ninja,
Surgeon,
exactly.
Secret
That's his
Ninja is
day
my
job.
favorite movie. Oh my god.
Okay, cool. I said formally, and I'm like, wait a minute. I think
Objection!
that's just a typo. Okay.
No,
cool.
no, no, no.
Thank you.
It's
Square also caught that, yeah.
by day a surgeon, by night a ninja.
An inmate.
I'd watch that
It's
show.
in- Inmate?
Often I would watch that. I think that's Daredevil. He said it's often all too easy to overlook critical symptoms.
Went to jail for medical malpractice. It had absolutely nothing to do with ninja crimes. Well, we're not going to overlook this oversight.
Also, it's Night Nurse, isn't it?
Yeah, that's Night Nurse. I figured that one was gonna be a little too obscure.
But I knew it. I knew it.
We watched
and you're
the
a
shows
nerd.
together.
Yeah, that's fair.
If the speech was pre-recorded, the basis for suspecting our client would be shattered. Let's check with Professor Means and see whether the empty seat was a witness oversight. A verdict without first looking into that would be inconceivable.
That's enough, both of you. Now here's my opinion on the matter. While a surgeon overlooking critical symptoms is a problem, a witness's oversight too must not be overlooked. Thus, as to the matter of whether Professor Means was or was not in his faculty seat, I believe we must ask the professor himself.
Yay. I agree. Professor Means should be here in the gallery today.
Do as you please.
Alright, Professor Means, get on the fucking stand.
I do so much sassy wiggling with this voice, and this chair is so squeaky and busted. It's so insecure on it.
It's all good, we're not hearing that.
Good, good, good.
Would you please state your name and occupation for the record?
Certainly. I am Aristotle Means. I teach the lawyer course at Themis Legal Academy. And let me add that while I welcome any opportunity to assist with the trial, I don't care for this undue suspicion.
Don't worry, Professor. We're just interested in the mock trial video right now. We just need to take another look at that speech you gave. Can we count on your cooperation in this?
Very well, if that's all you're interested in. Please proceed, Miss Sykes. We need to find some sort of evidence that shows this speech was pre-recorded.
All right, I believe we're ready. Let's roll the video.
Yes, so this is what I was trying to see in this, is if we could see the
Yeah,
balcony.
this specific video, and we can't. But I think it does
Good
zoom out at some
afternoon.
point.
I would like to start by thanking you for coming here today. The mock trial, the crown jewel event of the school festival, will begin shortly. When I was a student, I too could hardly wait for this day to come.
Oh no, I've forgotten how long and boring his speech was.
Wake me up once this is over.
Wake you up inside? Hey, no fair!
The experiences of our youth have a powerful and profound effect on our adult. Ah, you there. Wake up. Pay attention.
What? I'm like, is that right, Your Honor?
What? I'm awake too. Wide awake, see?
Once again, our pure
Bingo!
white lady justice
Bingo!
will be watching all over all of you today.
Bingo, bango, bongo. You're not looking at the courtroom because the statue got broke. The statue got broke.
But you'd still have to use, he wouldn't have
statue.
time to re-record it even if he knew that.
Yeah,
Hee hee hoo hoo.
the statue got broke is the thing that happened.
Hee hee hoo hoo. Pay attention, and you may make a difference one day. Now, let the mock trial begin.
Sorry, Means, but white woman was not spotted. Thank you. Thank you,
damn it.
Volpix.
God damn it, that was good. That's about it. One of my better speeches, if I do say so myself. I even saw some of our students with tears in their
Oh my
eyes.
god.
Okay, well that's kind of pretty easy to disprove too, because
He's obviously not familiar with the phrase bored to tears.
we can see the crowd.
Right, yes, I'm here. Listen, Sykes-Dano. If you have subjected me to this epic study in tedium without purpose, I will actually kill you.
Fair
He
enough.
normally can only fall asleep to his regular ASMR, which is just the Black
Naruto
Parade
theme.
on loop.
I was thinking the Naruto theme because he rooms with
Well,
Naruto
every
in the,
five,
in the clink.
it's My Chemical Romance, and then every 5 songs is the Naruto theme, so we can remember his beloved friend from prison.
As if there aren't like 30 of those fucking opening songs for Naruto.
Well, it takes a while
When
to get
I
through all
was
30 of them. You have to listen to the Black
Shinobi,
Parade
my
30 times.
father took me into Leeville. Actually, I don't think his father did that. I think specifically his father did not do that. Anyways.
But you were asleep the whole time.
Well, Miss Shikes, did you notice anything weird about the speech?
May I please hear that last part again?
Bingo bango.
Once again, our pure white lady justice will be watching over all of you today.
There. I finally found what we needed. Professor Means, I have only one question about your speech. Why does that last part we heard just contradicts with the... Why bring white into this?
That bitch is fucking golden.
The professor said the pure white lady justice would be watching over them. But the lady justice in the video isn't even close to being white. It's as gold can be.
I'm not sure I can wrap my jaw around it to test its authenticity.
What?
I'm sorry, does he mean like a chocolate coin?
No, but like biting a gold coin.
Or bite
biting
the
a
gold
gold
to know
coin to
whether or
see-
not it's chocolate. Of course. We
No,
all
no.
know. We all know. That's why you bite
See if
gold
it's
in order
soft.
to know if it's chocolate or
sure
not.
it's real. Oh,
They're
God.
always trying to trick you with those chocolate rings.
That's it.
I didn't say it was made of gold, Your Honor. Now, it's true that the statue is pure white. But it broke before the mock trial began. The one you see here is its replacement.
Oh, well, that's a shame on every count.
Ironically, this golden statue sticks out like a sore thumb compared to the white one, meaning the professor wouldn't have made a mistake in its color if he had been present.
It seems that I have caused some confusion, but it was merely an oversight on my part.
I'm blind.
Do you see my silly little glasses?
How am I supposed to see race with these silly little glasses? The statue was in the middle of the room. How could you not know what it looked like?
I just don't see women when they're in the room. Okay, I actually believe that.
Well, I was in a balcony seat. Furthermore, the statue had previously been white.
I'm afraid this isn't sufficient evidence of the speech being pre-recorded.
We had our answer long ago. The accused was the only one to leave the lecture hall.
No, wait.
You also gave...
There's gotta be something that can prove that the speech was pre-recorded.
According to the mock trial video, the speech started here and ended here. It was a little over 10 minutes, but I doubt anyone wants to be tortured again.
It was only a little over 10 minutes? Felt like it went on forever. How'd you figure out how long it was?
Easy. There's a timestamp at the top right.
Yeah.
Nerd.
All you have to do
He got
is
self-conscious.
subtract the time the speech started from the time it ended.
The speech goes from the 10-minute mark to the 20:35. Wait a second. I could have sweared I'd seen the same interval of time listed among the evidence.
Hang on. I don't think this is it, but I'm just checking. No, this is not it.
No, it's good to double check your timestamps, though.
10 minute 35 seconds of noise. The tape... He taped over! He taped over the speech! He taped over the speech!
Taped over the fucking
taped
speech.
over the speech!
That's... I mean, it's not fully clever, but that is clever because that destroys one piece of evidence while creating a new artificial one.
You can set a tape recorder, like more advanced tape recorders, to play record. You can set them to, at the same time that they are playing whatever tape is in them, they are also simultaneously recording audio that's being piped out just a moment later. Because it just dampens any noise that's being produced by it, so it subtracts its own sound from it. But it would be imperfect. I don't know if that's what they're going for here. However, the idea of I will set this up to record and to play the speech is entirely on the table.
Oh, for sure, yeah, it is an option. And the thing that he was recording over it isn't very long.
Yeah, it's a very... to use the speech
Although
time.
presumably, unless he erased the rest of the tape, presumably you'd have to like record over it with white noise or something. But
well, that's what they said. There's a layer of noise they couldn't figure out there. The way it works is that you... This sounds sarcastic, but it's real. It plays the exact opposite of the sound, and it dampens it out and cancels it out. It brings the frequency
kind of like
down to zero.
noise canceling in a headset.
Exactly, yes.
Yeah. Would like the court to take a look at this.
And this is?
The voice print analysis that proves the voice on the tape recorder belongs to our client.
Unlike my voice, which belongs to a Midwesterner.
Yes, but didn't we just establish the voice on the tape recorder was a fabrication?
We did. But what I'd like to focus on is the noise that is also there.
Noise?
Yes, the defense believes it resulted when the tape's previous recording was erased.
And what do you hope to prove by that?
The length of the noise is what's important. It's 10 minutes and 35 seconds in all. And what did the timestamp read at the moment Professor Means began his speech?
That would be exactly 10 minutes.
Now, let's fast forward this long-winded exercise in boredom to the end. Okay, stop. The video timestamp now reads 2035. Based on this, we know the time it took for the speech alone.
Apollo knows the math. Apollo, can you tell them?
Right, subtract 10
Numbers,
minutes and
boy.
you get 10, 35. 10 minutes and 35. I cracked the case! Me!
Right. 10 minutes and 35 seconds, the same as the noise on the tape recording. I assume you all understand what this means. Professor Mean's pre-recorded speech had been where the noise is now.
Silence.
You seem rather confident, considering this is mere happenstance match of numbers.
It's very narrow.
But is it really just numbers?
Oh, Christ.
The lab is continuing their study of the tape. So far, they found signs of overdubbing.
Yeah, 'cause
He
he's
just has
washed
a
up,
different
he's going to
accent.
join-
each time.
Oh, I was thinking because he's washed up, he's going to go country. I get
Country?
what you're putting down.
He's doing a fake country thing. Yes, I love that.
But it's gonna take a bit longer to recover the audio that was erased. I'm pretty sure he was Southern. The police are analyzing the noise as we speak.
How Clavier sounds to someone who's actually been to Germany. Because I'm doing the stage accent, like the British German accent, yeah.
It won't be long until we know what was originally there.
Also, remember, canonically, his accent is fake. He's bullshitting it.
Yes, he is faking it.
Now I'm sure of it. The professor was trying to create an alibi with the recording. By pinning the crime on Junie. Well, he's not gonna get away with it. Not on my watch. Not on my smartwatch.
Miss Sykes,
Oh.
I believe you are well aware of my methodology. Even if Juniper were the perpetrator, I would vigorously defend her as per my word. And to that purpose, I offered to be her lawyer. Alas, look what's happened.
All I've stated are obvious deductions derived from evidence and testimony.
Truth be told, I had no intention of testifying. I had been keeping quiet for Juniper's sake.
Oh my god, he's gonna try and scapegoat Juniper.
But now that you cast this blame upon me, I have no choice but to reveal the truth.
Oh, this doesn't sound good.
I will now reveal the truth behind why I had to pre-record my speech before the mock trial. I, Professor Means, always say what I mean and mean what I say, by all means.
Alright, bud, what's your fucking plan?
The defendant came to me with what she said was very important and, by necessity, secret. She asked me to pre-record my speech and come to the audio room during the mock trial.
Because she was also playing one of the characters, was my understanding of that.
Juniper confessed to the murder and asked that I get her declared innocent in court. She also said I'd become an accomplice after losing my alibi due to the pre-recording. But when I said I would protect Juniper, I meant it because it's the humane thing to do.
Wow, so this guy is really just trying to throw this 18-year-old under the bus. Holy shit.
Oh my. So you're saying the defendant threatened you?
This has to be a lie. I mean, everything about it lines up too perfectly to be true.
I mean, I'd also be scared of a half-dead 5'2", 18-year-old girl if she threatened to maybe tell someone that she told me she committed murder.
On this most consequential of occasions, let me be completely frank with you. Juniper has truly taken to heart my teachings that state the ends justifies the means.
Oh my god, even in throwing her under the bus, which I'm presuming he's doing, even in doing that, he still has to find a way to make it seem like his teaching is still so good that, like, she's just too good at learning my awesome lessons.
Like, yeah, he is the person that if Hugh was completely unchecked, like, he might have one day been a bullshit professor. It's like, yeah, I'll just bullshit whatever thing I need to do to keep the status quo going.
I don't believe you.
When she asked me to defend her, she said I must also prove her two friends innocent.
The two friends, the witnesses?
Correct. Hugh O'Connor and Robin Newman. I was to ensure all three walked free. All three were to achieve their dream. That was the result Juniper was seeking. And she was even willing to threaten me, her own professor, to that end. You, no doubt, had high praise for her ruthless tactics. Yes, well, that is why I vowed to vigorously defend her despite her threatening me.
Mm-hmm.
Because I am a big, strong man who doesn't take threats from children, but also I was threatened. Ooh.
There was a time when lawyers merely sought the truth if they wished for victory in court. But, alas, those days are over.
Who's responsible? Who's to say?
Now, in the defense of justice, order, and all that is good, the end justifies the means.
I'm so sick of hearing that phrase.
Though it truly grieves me so, I must tell you this. Forsake the truth if it's victory you seek. Steel yourself for this new courtroom reality.
Does it? He's gonna regret dragging those dismal, depressing ideas in here. Since he's already surrendered to the dark age of the law, it's up to me to fight it. Like Batman.
Why so silent, Sykes-Stono? Something the matter?
This is a court of law. It's no place for long-winded talks about idealistic principles. That's why I'm going to let the evidence do the talking.
Let's not get carried away now, Miss Sykes. It will not do to have you attempting to discredit my doctrine.
This guy's gonna be satisfying to take down.
Do not force me to rectify the situation.
Now go ahead and rectify it. Only if I lose and you win, that is.
Alright, let's see. What she's implied here is that we are not going to be pressing. We are just going to present.
Yes.
Yeah.
Pressing will just allow him to talk more circles, and that will just... That'll make him seem more reasonable.
Very important in my necessity secret. She asked me to pre-record my speech and to come to the audio room during the mock trial. Juniper confessed to the murder and asked that I get her declared innocent in court.
We don't have anything to disprove that.
Yeah.
She also said I'd become an accomplice after losing my alibi due to the pre-recording.
Once again, we have nothing.
Yeah.
But
when I said I would protect Juniper, I meant it because it's the humane thing to do.
why would he fabricate evidence?
You faked evidence that made it look like it was her.
Yes.
Like, this was
Yeah.
specifically
You
to
truly meant
smear
it.
Juniper.
Why?
Yeah, this existed to smear Juniper.
So let me get this straight. You were trying to help Miss Woods.
This surrender yourself to new courtroom reality line sounds like something that'd play in an audio clip from a boss fight in a game trailer.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, you did. You were doing a great job, love. Holy shit.
Thank you.
That's something more than a bald-faced lie. No offense, Your Honor. I'm an ally to the bald community.
Such defamation of my character and your hair follicles, Your Honor. It is an outrage.
No,
You believe she said that about bald people?
I worked so hard to maintain. I have to shave every day, sometimes twice a day. Leave my hair follicles out of it.
Yes, of course, Your Honor. Now, please take a look at this. The witness gave this tape to Mr. O'Connor. Then he slyly whispered, "Take this to the police and tell them you found it."
There was no whispering, slyly or otherwise involved. I simply did that out of kindness.
The tape contained our client's voice. In short, it's incredibly damaging evidence. Why would it even exist if the witness wasn't trying to pin the murder on our client? Yeah, you could record anyone's voice on that. You could get you could get someone from
Yeah.
television, just a random voice, and then the police would be off in different chases.
I'm the surgeon/ninja from prison who's here to kill you and then disappear back to jail. Stab, stab. And then that's it.
They say the road to hell is paved with good intentions, but not yours. You never had good intentions, only lies to protect yourself while blaming another. You, Professor, are the embodiment of the dark age of the law.
Why, you little... You dare call my teachings and methods lies?
Yeah. What?
Venus Legal Academy is a proud institution. It is the most powerful in the world.
I mean, that doesn't have anything to do with it being truthful.
You will never forget what true education and lawyering means once I am through with you.
Professor Means, what's
Yeah,
with your
was-
hair?
Quiet! No talking in class.
Throwing a piece of chalk, Jesus.
Eyes and ears up here, everyone. Homeroom is now in session. We will begin with roll call. Athena Sykes.
What the fuck is happening?
The only place he holds, like with any teacher on a power trip, the only place that you hold any kind of extreme power over another human being is in a classroom setting.
Yeah,
So
once
in
you're
a
outside of it,
panic,
you're
when
useless.
he's at his lowest, he's recreating a so pathetic.
This is so
Huh?
sad.
Here?
Apollo Justice.
Oh no, it's gonna work on Apollo though.
I'm fine. I'm here. Fool! The proper response is here without any extraneous information. Ow! Here. Next, Your Honor.
Here.
C-Class, that is the proper way to answer. Simon Blackquill. I said Simon Blackquill. Are you here or not?
God, he was definitely the annoying type of kid in class who, like,
Yep,
everyone
yep,
would have been here and he would have been like, queer.
There's always one, isn't there? Well then, I'll just mark you absent. Now get out of my class this instant. Get out. Very well, if that's your wish. Who am I to defy my homeroom teacher?
That's such a good idea. Prosecutor Blackwell is free of his shackles. It just so happens I was a member of my high school's disciplinarian committee.
Yeah, we knew.
A fucking joke like that.
We knew. We knew.
But is that surprising? It seems like the kind of thing you might have made a joke about. Don't do that.
Constabulary lapdog to teacher's pet. What a malleable mutt you are, fool, Wright. Very good, Bobby. You just earned a gold star and a promotion to head disciplinarian.
No, that's gonna work so well on him. No.
What is going on with this glove?
All right, class is now in session.
Hey, if like any of these people had gone to like proper regular therapy, this would not be working as well as it is.
Yeah, unfortunately, he has the closest thing many children receive to much-needed therapy, which is being a teacher. So
Yeah. Being a teacher, and specifically, he's in a room full of adults who were bullied in high school. So
Yep.
it works.
Or were bullies in high school and are also
Or
scared
were
of them.
bullies. Yeah.
Why do I have the sudden urge to go to the nurse's office with a stomach ache?
Well,
What?
Pay attention. I am not the killer. Juniper is.
okay, I gotta admit that chalkboard really is making a compelling statement.
Yeah.
This will be on the next test, so you had better be listening.
But Professor, you created the phony tape to pin the blame on Juniper. Plus, you were the only one who could have moved the body during the mock trial.
Okay, what's your What?
Ina, you disappoint me so. To think you would label me a murderer.
Ins.
The argument he's making the argument he's making is that he flatly
Yeah.
just
Wasn't there
there
at all? Did we meet with him? Like prior to it starting, like as Phoenix and Athena? Also,
I
Apollo was
think
there?
so.
We did. We
I
met
think
him.
so.
I think he was literally the first person we met at the school.
I mean, it's entirely possible that he's claiming that, like, he left then, like, maybe it hadn't started when he left.
23.
Oh!
The 23. This is a.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, no, this is too early.
But it does also prove that he did see... I mean, I know we already discussed that, but, like, it proves that he saw that whole thing being set up.
All right.
Now, pay
Oh.
attention. The murder occurred on the 23rd between 6 and 8
Okay,
p.m.
never mind. We got him. Hey, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, we got him.
But I was already at home by that time, so how could I have been involved in this crime?
Professor Means, can you really prove you had already gone home by that time?
Can you prove that I was still at school?
Oh my god, so glad you
Yes, you can.
asked.
Yes, you can, Athena.
No, hang on. Just
I'm gonna let it play.
out.
I am gonna let it play.
No, I can't.
So you admit it. Well, you just earned extra credit for your honesty. But you have also earned yourself lavatory cleaning duties until you graduate.
Ew! I do enough of that at the
But
office.
now we know. Okay, we have an explanation now. Oh shit! No way, man! I totally object!
Robin?
I can't believe I fell for the Professor's silver-tongued lies!
How dare you talk about your teacher like that?
I am not listening to you anymore, man! No way, no how. Now, I have a confession to make. You know those two statues that were on stage? I didn't make them at all by myself!
The statue's on stage? Do I want to know where this is headed?
I was able to finish one of them, but the last bell rang before I had time for the other one. So I asked Professor Means to make it for me.
In other words, the professor was there on the stage after the last bell.
Right! And it would have been way past 7 p.m. before he could have finished.
Professor Means was still at school? This is incredibly important testimony.
The Ace Attorney, will you please catch up moment. The professor told me, I'll take care of it. I thought my parents would let me be an artist if I said I made both statues by myself. Oh, wow. Ow. Ow. Sorry, Jesus,
Painful,
that
right?
hurt. Oh no! Shoutouts to my shop class teacher who helped me make my race car, my wooden race car in shop class, so that I wouldn't keep feeling like I was terrible at it. I was like, no, it's fine. If people think I made it and you help me with it, then that's fine. It will save my dignity. I'm so sorry for not telling the truth.
Robin.
Quick, somebody get this juvenile delinquent out of my sight. Simon, you're head honcho among the delinquents. Do something.
Yay!
And who is in charge of the class pet around here?
Get his ass.
Get that big hamster!
Not interested. But if you want a class in swordsmanship, I'm your man. Of course, only real blades will do. No swords at school! All weapons will be confiscated! Nurse! Where's the school nurse when you need one?
Well, here's how now trying to pull this on a bunch of kids who were bullied in school backfires because they're all like annoying.
Yeah. Every single person who was at odds in this trial the entire time is now getting together, holding hands, and dunking on the substitute teacher. It is so good. It's so good.
That is the vibe.
It would seem Sykes-Deneau seeks a showdown, Professor. In which case, you would do well to draw your staff, quick as lightning. Very well, then I will just have to prove my innocence myself. The real lesson begins in school, period. Prepare to be served, old school style.
School period. What just... I can't... Oh my god, I don't care. Alright, never mind. Your testimony, please.
Oh, the joke is that the judge is old and that periods in school are a relatively recent concept. Oh, that's the joke. Yeah, it used to just be like lesson plans through the day, but the idea of like periods, including break periods,
exactly.
is like a 70s, 80s, 90s thing, I think.
Yeah, exactly. Invented Invented when they invented feminism.
Correct.
Now, pay attention. Robin took over half a day to complete one statue. I, however, finished most of the other statue between 7
Most.
and 8:30 p.m. The defendant, Juniper, saw the two statues with her own eyes at 8:30 p.m. Completing a statue so quickly meant I could not leave the stage for a single second. How could I have possibly had the time to go to the art room and commit murder?
Okay.
You're saying the defendant saw the finished statues?
Precisely. She said so herself at the detention center yesterday. Her defense team was there and heard her say so too. Don't try to deny it now.
This is him doing an impression of his own students.
Oh, God.
Yeah, it really takes some gears turning.
That evening, I went back to my dressing room to get something I'd forgotten there. It was well after the last bell rang. I'd say maybe around 8:30. That's when I noticed that both stage statues were finished. They were quite large, and they were each covered with a white sheet, but I could tell.
Uh-huh, she didn't see the statue.
Oh, right. The professor was there when that matter came up. Before I address the professor's charges, I have a question for Robin. How hard would it be to complete a statue like that in 1.5 hours?
It'd probably take me at least twice as L-O-N-G. So personally, I think it would be incredibly difficult to finish in that short a time.
That didn't exactly help our case. But he won't get off that easy. He's bound to stumble over his own slippery means.
Okay.
Which is justified.
I'll ask now, just for time's sake, do we need to press or present?
Yes.
Press. Okay, so...
For time's sake, press on the fourth statement.
Okay. So, if you do, I can't, it won't let me go any faster than this.
Yeah.
You've got to listen to the teacher. You can't fast forward them.
Completing a statue so quickly meant I could not leave the stage for a Okay, yeah, that's a kind of vague statement. It makes sense to press on.
Yep. Press on that.
Why were you in such a hurry?
In the legal world, your body is your capital. The early bird gets the worm. That's why I get to bed at 9 p.m. each and every night. That's why I was working as fast as I could. I didn't want to miss my bedtime. Well, ready to concede that I never left the stage?
Well, Miss Sykes, do you accept the witness's claim?
Not on your life,
Nope.
Buster!
Yes, I
Not
accept
on your
it.
life, Buster.
So, okay, hang on. He is now you're right, because he's asserting a new, more trapping thing, which is, I
Yes.
never, ever left the stage.
Yeah. I've tried everything, but I still can't prove anything. I guess I concede.
I couldn't hear you. Say it louder this time.
Ugh. I concede that Professor Means never left the stage.
Yeah. Oh, that's right. But what took you so long? I was there at the stage the entire time. I couldn't possibly have committed the crime.
I'm not gonna give up
So
here.
that's being added to his testimony, presumably.
I'm afraid I have to side with the witness, Miss Sykes, and unless you have any further objections, I'll have to put this issue to rest.
Objection. I don't know if it was like that layered, or if it was a Discord trick, but it was. It looked like there was like 6 objections on screen.
Oh, that's wild.
That's awesome.
Not yet. The defense still has an objection or 6.
Must have been Discord.
Athena, you thought of something?
Well, as I said, not yet.
So it's time for legal smoke and mirrors. Got it.
You got it. Not yet, Athena. It's not yet time to quit. At times like these, when it seems like there's no way out, that you have to... Yeah! I have to turn the case upside down! Instead of focusing on whether Professor Means could have gone to the art room, I should focus on how he could commit the murder while going there, without going there.
It seems our young lady has a real bona fide idea.
Did this motherfucker actually shoot her with a bow and arrow? We erased that idea from the beginning because of the mock trial.
Whoa, Robin, what's that over there? Pling.
Because it's faked within the confines of the mock trial, the fact that it was a shot from an arrow is faked. So that was presumed, like, well, obviously she wasn't shot with an arrow.
But I'll use any means necessary, even casting stones, if it'll distract her. Who brought this bird to school? Sykes to know. If I hear one word of your usual jibber-jabber, I shall have your head. The murder occurred in the art room, yet the witness was on the stage. How do you propose to fill the vast gap between these two key facts?
I accept the premise that the professor was on the stage the entire time. The only other answer that we got is that we got something else wrong. Wait, that's it! Every last one of us made a huge mistake. We were totally wrong
Crime
about the...
scene.
About the
Crime
crime,
scene.
about where it happened.
If Professor Means was on the stage the entire time, then he must be the killer.
Ridiculous. The defense has become utterly incoherent.
That's where the body was found.
No, it's just the murder wasn't committed where we thought it was.
Continue. Sykes don't know.
Okay. The murder was actually committed here.
If we accept that he was on the stage, that he was, like, there on the stage, then the only place that makes sense is the stage.
It's the stage.
Yes, so we have to accept that. Okay. Accept that's the stage.
The greatest riddle of this case has been how the body was moved from the art room.
What if the statue wasn't under the sheet, but Court's body was? I had thought about that. I was thinking about it.
But if the murder occurred on the stage, that means the body was never moved at all.
Her wrists were bound.
Silly girl. When the body was found, there wasn't a single drop of blood on the stage floor. Surely there would have been some blood if that's where the murder was committed.
Wasn't any blood on the stage, really? But there was something on stage at the time the murder that's now bloodstained.
Yep. Yep.
A large
But
banner.
it's a trace amount of blood.
The other banner was burned.
It's
Bingo.
It's
other
true there were
banner
no
was burned.
bloodstains on the stage floor. But there was something on stage that did have a bloodstain. And that would be this school banner. No blood would have gotten on the floor if this were under the victim when she was killed.
Oh my, that's quite a compelling theory.
What is it now? My theory makes perfect sense.
That was a pathetic attempt. You must put every inch of your body into your attacks. The autopsy states the cause of death was loss of blood, yet only a trace amount was found upon that banner. Where did the rest go? Blood getting on there when the body was moved by wire makes more sense than not. Very good, Simon. Tell me, what's your first choice for higher education? I'll write you the ultimate in recommendation letters. You're all but guaranteed to get in.
Well, on death row? Actually, the defense has something to explain that as well.
You do?
If there was only a trace amount of blood on the school banner, then there must have been something else that the killer used to soak up the blood. All I have to do is figure out what. This would explain
Yeah,
why
on
you'd
the floor.
bother burning one of the pieces of tapestry and like
And you
not
wouldn't
the
notice
other one.
You wouldn't notice red blood on the red banner.
Interesting. Or why you wouldn't like fully
Remember the
yeah.
Gaviner's burned up
Yeah.
banner?
Yeah, because it was in the fucking incinerator.
Yup.
What? It looks like there's some other piece of fabric on top of the school banner.
It's the Gavineers banner that had been specifically made for the school concert.
That said, whatever you do, don't get it wet. Like, if you remember.
Definitely don't get it sopping wet with blood. Since it's on top of the school banner, the blood would have hit it first. It could have been easily absorbed. It could have easily absorbed most of the blood like a dishcloth. And only a small amount would have soaked through to the school banner below. So, it makes sense for the school banner to only have a little bit of blood on it.
So that banner absorbed the blood in like a dishcloth? Yes, that would explain it.
Gaviner's banner was like a dishcloth. Surely it was at least towel quality, right?
We both know it wasn't. We all know it wasn't.
Bud, we don't know.
I'm trying to gas my boy up, okay?
Look, don't kick a bro while he's down.
Simon, don't just stand there. Do something. Sykes to know. You are learning to wield a blade quite well.
Hell yeah.
But how will you respond when I come slashing at you like this?
With knowledge.
The remnant of a large bloodstain was detected in the art room. But why would there be blood there if the murder occurred on stage, as you claim?
The bloodstain in the art room was faked. How? I'll tell you. All that was needed was something that could transport the blood upstairs, and that something was a piece of evidence we just finished discussing. The killer used this to bring the victim's blood up to the art room.
Cloth. He
Like a
wrung it
dishcloth.
out. He wrung it out.
Oh.
Think you'd stoop so low as to present mere garbage to this court?
Don't call him that. He's trying to go country. Don't kick him out while he's down. It's a little garbage because someone tried to destroy it by tossing it in the incinerator.
No, it's great. It's called post-bro country.
No.
That someone was oh god, he's gonna come in like growing like a way too much facial hair.
Yes.
He's way too blonde and fair to have like that much facial hair growing in. You're like,
Guy
some of
Fieri
that,
style, yes.
yeah, some of that
Alright,
like a piece.
We gotta keep
That
going.
someone was most likely the killer, seeking to get rid of crucial evidence. The killer used the wire to bring the blood-soaked Gavanier's banner to the art room. Then, the blood was wiped onto the floor to complete the ruse. It makes perfect sense.
Order! Order! This is quite the development. To think the body was never actually moved.
Hold it right there. The body must have been moved. How else do you explain that loud crash
Yeah,
you
yeah,
heard during
yeah,
the
we're-
mock trial?
Where the one statue that was there gets knocked over, and the other, the body that was hiding under the banner for the other already not complete statue because we never fucking repaired it.
That would also make way more sense why the statue up there got smashed, because if you were up there putting a body down the pulley system, you would think you would move the statue in the first place, but if you were pulling something up to try and, like, move just a wet towel up there and kind of wring it out, you wouldn't have direct control over where it's moving, and it may have knocked a statue over, and then you're like, oh, shit.
I don't know if he actually knocked over the statue at all. I think his intention was to have there be a layer of deniability of like what's with the statues because the statues had to be broken. They had to be broken.
You guys.
Since he never finished the other one.
You guys.
We
You're
yeah.
thinking in the wrong direction.
Thinking in the wrong direction. Okay.
A statue was broken. But who said it was one of the ones on the stage?
Oh, no. I meant the one up in the art room.
Oh! Yes!
I was talking about the one up in the art
It
room.
was
That if
put
you
together
did the
wrong.
You're right,
when we
Marina,
saw
and you're
it.
right, Austin.
Yeah, exactly.
You're both right. Yes.
Yeah. Like,
Oh
if you
my
did the pulley system
God.
up, that makes more sense why that statue would be broken. Because if you were in the room, you would have just picked it up and moved it out of the way or pushed it out of the way. It wouldn't make sense that it would get broken up there. Also, it makes sense that this fucking guy would put the statue together right way. He has no concept of art.
I'm not sure if that's what it is. I guess we'll see.
I hadn't thought of that. If that loud crash wasn't the body hitting the statues, then what was it indeed? The knot in the school banner shows that something was carried along the wire in it. So if that's true, I know what I have to find. Something that was in the art room before the murder and then on the stage. Or is that the statue? The object that was sent down the wire to crash into the statues was...
So remember, this was on the
Lady
stage.
Justice statue.
Lady
Yes.
Justice.
This was broken all over the stage. It originally was in the
Correct.
art room and then was broken all over on the stage. Bingo.
Yeah.
That statue?
Yes, I believe it was this statue that broke the other two, not Professor Court's body. The unique statue you see on the right, that's the pure white Lady of Justice from earlier. Professor Court accidentally broke it while she was polishing it the day before the mock trial.
So that's where the layer of confusion was, and that had to have been on purpose, is that it was broken on two separate occasions.
Yeah,
Yes,
that would
okay.
explain why they were expecting it to look the way it
Yes.
originally did.
Okay,
For
all
the
of that
Okay.
now makes sense. Okay.
But she used her own unique artistic sense and technique to repair it, as you see here. Nobody would have guessed that it was originally Lady Justice.
Silence.
Perhaps you were onto something. But why, pray tell, would anyone move that scrap heap relic in such a tedious manner? Excellent questions, Simon. Keep them coming.
You know why, but the fact that you won't acknowledge it shows how twisted you are. Lady Justice was moved during the mock trial. During that time, Professor Means was fabricating an alibi with his pre-recorded speech. If we consider the facts, then Lady Justice was moved in order to...
interrupt the mock trial where he would have had to have been, right?
No.
No.
Well,
Hi.
Point us to the body.
because it's just like a big, loud distraction that makes us go
Right,
look
right,
forward
because
where the body is to
because
go,
he's
"See,
not at the crime
here!"
scene. He's not at the
Yes.
crime scene at this point. You're right, yes.
Yeah. Professor Means uses pre-recorded speech to fake an alibi during the mock trial. Also, if you smash the statue with the other statues, it creates chaos on the stage, so you're not asking where the other decorations went.
Yes.
The
Yep.
flags went. It just seems like a big mess. He wanted to make it look like he couldn't possibly have moved the body. Moving Lady Justice was his way of pointing us to the body and cementing his alibi.
That's quite a persuasive argument. For a while there, I thought you weren't taking the trial seriously. Damn, well done.
You should never underestimate me, Athena Sykes. Professor Means always means what he says and says what he means by all means.
Fine, then. Say it already. I'm waiting.
Okay.
The murder occurred the night before, but the body wasn't found until late the next day. Countless students passed the stage till they met in the lecture hall for the mock trial. So, answer me this. Why didn't anyone see the body that entire time?
That can be explained by a... Oh!
If the victim was murdered on the stage and left there, the body would inevitably have been discovered. And, of course, there was nowhere to hide a body upon that stage.
Not necessarily.
This is not good, Athena. Our claim is this close to being beaten to a pulp.
I know. But we've come so far.
Consider yourself schooled. I couldn't have possibly killed anyone.
I'm only guilty of 3 other crimes.
Yeah, but murder's the only one that this court recognizes. The killer is none other than Juniper Woods. It always has been and it always will be.
Just wait a minute.
Where are we going with this?
Poor Juniper. She must seriously regret having asked you to defend her. And to add insult to injury, you nearly had Hugh convicted for murder. Surely you haven't forgotten that little fiasco.
Oh!
Jesus Christ.
Not only did you fail to defend your client, you also raised false charges against her friend. You have no right to call yourself a lawyer.
Jesus. Ow.
Woof. I mean, it is for showing, but it's not just for showing.
You want your freak out?
Woo! Was that good?
That's good.
What if this trial proceeds in the same manner and ends in the same way as the mock trial? Would you not lose everything you worked so hard to gain? Well, I'll just have to make sure that doesn't happen then, won't I? Don't tell me I failed once again. Failed to save someone near and dear to me. I've worked so hard to become a lawyer. I even studied psychology. Has it all been for naught? Am I just doomed to relive that all over again?
Yep. Jesus.
Athena, What's wrong?
Breathe in, breathe out. Breathe in. Relax, Athena, breathe. It's not working. Everything's going dark. After all I've done, is this how it ends? Forgive me, Junie. I couldn't protect you like I said I would.
Objection! You leave Athena alone, man! She's the one who saved me!
It was because of Athena that I could stop hiding and start living my life as a girl again.
I mean, technically that's true.
Let me get, like, I have my own version of all the emotions you went through with Hugh, okay? This one was a lot. We really got into it. And she saved the friendship between Hugh, Juniper, and I think you're an awesome lawyer, Athena. One of the best.
But I raised false charges against Hugh, and that's not all. I've done some seriously unforgivable things.
Is this you now? Yeah, buddy.
Objection. What's the big deal? False charges are nothing to be scared of. And I'm not even mad at you. I really should be thanking you. You used legitimate means to expose my wrongdoings and give me a chance to re-examine what's important.
But what does it matter if I can't save Juniper? I mean, the whole reason I've come so far is...
It's not over yet, Athena! Even now, at this very moment, I still believe in you.
Junie?
I know you better than most people, Athena, and I know you'd never surrender to the dark age of the law like the professor did.
Thank you, Junie, but I feel like I can barely breathe. I don't know what to do.
Silence.
Stop your bleating this instant. You look like an utter fool.
Prosecutor Blackwell.
There is one who awaits you, is there not? And that is the reason you have studied so very hard. Are you prepared to give up on all you've worked for thus far? It would not do to have you disappoint you-know-who. You're wasting your time. You have nothing on me. No evidence or anything else to establish my guilt. You are helpless before the might of lawyers for whom the ends justify the means.
Hey, Apollo.
Don't worry, Athena. You're doing fine. The truth will always win against people like him.
Apollo, what am I supposed to do now?
Listen, all you have to do is take a deep breath and look back over the entire case. If there's truth to be found, and there always is, you're sure to find it. Now, let me see you smile. Remember what Mr. Wright said? The worst of times are when lawyers have to force their biggest smiles.
But you said it was creepy last time.
Yeah, it's creepy. I just realized it is creepy. Like Means' smile. Like Means' creepy smile that he forces.
Like his creepy fake smile.
That he forces. I wonder who taught Phoenix that thing about when you force your biggest smiles.
Thanks, everyone. You don't have to worry about me now. The worst of times are when lawyers have to force their biggest smiles.
Mia did, that's right. And Godot talked
Yeah,
to her.
Mia did.
That's it, that's right.
Athena Sykes is psyched and ready to rock. Prepare for your utter defeat.
Okay.
Professor Court
Here we
wasn't
go.
killed in the art room. She was killed right where her body was found.
Okay.
We know because there wasn't any time to move the body from somewhere else. That means the body had to have been hidden somewhere on stage until it was found.
It was... There is that loose page that was stuck inside of the banner as well, from the notebook. That's worth noting, because that implies she was also still in there.
Let's think along these lines and see where it takes us. First up, when did Professor Means move the body from its hiding place? Well, let's see. What was he doing right before the body was discovered? He was using that span of time to fake his alibi He was using the span of time his fake alibi created to move the body to where it would be more easily spotted. Therefore, the only time Professor Means could have removed the body from its hiding place is...
During the mock trial.
Yes. Trial.
Yes. Eliminate the impossible. It had to be during the mock trial.
It was during the mock trial specifically.
During the speech. Yes?
Yes.
Yeah.
I want to make sure we don't...
Yeah, because that's the point of the alibi, yeah.
Yep.
Professor Means moved the body to an easily seen location during his long pre-recorded speech. The professor also moved something to the stage that wasn't there before, specifically...
The white statue.
White statue. During the mock trial, Professor Means wrapped the White Lady Justice in the school banner and sent it zipping down to the stage with a crash, killing 2 birds with 1 stone. He drew attention to the body and made it look like the murder occurred in the art room. But was there anywhere to hide a body on that stage? Doesn't seem likely. No, there had to be someplace. Wait a second. How about something that should have been finished but was only mostly done? Something was used to cover the body up, but it didn't draw undue attention because it looked like it belonged there on stage. In that way, no one would suspect that there was a body hidden inside. What was already on stage and capable of concealing the body?
The Wright statue.
The Wright statue.
Yeah, the one that we didn't bother investigating because maybe there weren't pieces of. Oh, I know. The Mr. Wright statue was never actually finished. The body was wrapped under some cloth to hide what was really inside, cleverly disguising it as the boss's statue.
There it is. Finally.
Miss Newman gave up on the Wright statue, yet Professor Means finished it in a single night.
Yes, what an impressive feat that was, especially because he was murdering someone.
No, his so-called work of art deserves none of our praise. That's because it was only a facade to hide his real work, the murder of Professor Court.
Come again? I'm afraid I don't follow.
He hid the body by making it look like the statue of Mr. Wright. With the body wrapped under a piece of cloth, it looked just like a statue.
Wait, what?
I second that. What?
Well, now we understand why the spikes didn't do any damage.
Yes!
Now, this is getting interesting.
No, this is getting preposterous. How would such a thing even be possible?
We'll never know until we try.
What?
I think I know where this is going.
Apollo, fetal position. Time to turn me into the reasonable likeness of Mr. Wright. You just need to be in fetal position over there so I feel better. I'm going to pose like the statue. So.
Oh my god.
Now I want you to wrap me up in a cloth so that I look like a statue.
There is a place to hide the body right fucking there.
I hate to ask the obvious, but where am I supposed to get this magical cloth?
Oh, I'm glad you asked. I have a new Gavinia's one.
I'm afraid that this isn't the right color, Mr. Justice.
Given how sudden the request was, it's kind of the best I could do, Your Honor.
I hope the judge is up there in his tidy whities.
Alright, okay, alright. I think that about does it.
Well, what does everyone think? Do I look just like the statue of Mr. Wright or what?
It's like some kind of random person made. Weren't the statues a pair of busts?
Thanks, Ray has a spiky hair on the back of his head. Forget the hair. The statue's head is way bigger than your average person's anyway. You gotta hand it to me for trying anyway. Wait, that's it. The hands. The bound hands.
Yep.
Her hands were raised over her head, and there are dark bruises around her wrists.
Oh god, this is her perception.
How does she imagine Phoenix?
Oh yeah, because this is
Flashback.
Flashback, baby.
Yeah, the professor was probably tied up with something. The marks on her wrists indicated she'd been tied up. Apollo, tie me up in a new pose. Wait, you're not into this kind of thing, are you?
What? No! Besides, it was your idea.
Just tell me how to tie your hands already.
Professor Court's wrists were tied together, and I can't help but think that that's related. Should I arrange myself to match the shape I want, given her hands were tied?
My
Behind
head.
behind the head.
her head. Yep. The spiky hair.
Apollo, tie both of my hands behind my head. See, this makes it possible to fake the spikes on the back of Mr. Wright's head.
Okay, yeah, but then what about the statue's arm? With both arms behind your head, you can't exactly complete the pose.
There was an arrow inside of her chest.
Mm-hmm.
It would be awfully hard to make the objection pose like this.
I can't help thinking you've forgotten something, Athena. Something on the body that you don't have right now.
What did the victim's body have that I don't have? Right, the murder part!
Oh yeah, that's right, she was murdered!
Oh right, there was an arrow sticking out of her side.
Can you imagine being like a half-checked-out bailiff checking in on the case? You're like, oh, I guess it's wrapping up now. And then you see this is happening? You're like, what? Wait, hang on.
What the fuck?
This is like class
I,
BDSM. What?
I know the prosecution left. What the fuck?
Oh no, I'm sticking around for this one.
I heard Apollo and ropes, and I said I gotta know what that's about.
Okay, Apollo, take that and plunge it into my side.
What are you, crazy?
Fine, then go and get some duct tape. Rapido, Schnell.
Oh my god.
Alright, I don't need to know other languages to know bossy when I hear it.
Sophia,
It is her first language.
Sophia in chat said Apollo stabbed me with an arrow. Right, don't do jokes.
Yeah.
The fatal arrow to the side. Spiky hair created from 2 hands. A masterpiece in the making. Now cover me with that cloth. But remember to make the arrow stand out, okay?
It's just a picture-perfect recreation of Phoenix, right? Yeah, that looks more right.
Yeah, I'm so short.
No one wanted to be my mommy.
Nobody's buying it. The arrow's nowhere near long enough.
What? What else could you use for the arm?
Still won't give up, eh? I must commend you, if only for your spirit and determination.
Of course she's not giving up. After all she's put me through, she owes me an explanation, and one that makes sense. Now, disappoint me again, and the penalty will be doubly painful.
Yikes. I guess I'd better get it right this time. Think, Athena, think. Professor Court was murdered when she stopped by the stage to see Professor Means. If it wasn't premeditated, he must have used something close at hand in his little ruse.
Staff?
Apollo, show me those stage setup photos again.
Like that? Right now? Well, your face is cut. Alright, hang on.
Please be in this photo. It just has to be.
If it wasn't his staff, is it the wood on the pedestal? Did he just fucking grab
It's
it?
his
and...
staff.
Okay, it is his staff.
staff.
Okay.
The arm on the Mr. Wright statue is really this right here.
Bada. Boom.
Staff is long enough for the arm.
Got it.
Again,
I
keep
know
in
what
mind,
he used for the arm.
We're
of the
not
statue
claiming
this way.
that. We're not claiming that this was the murder weapon necessarily. We're claiming that this was the arm of the fake statue.
Yes.
And it would have really only had to be there like overnight anyway. So like, worst case scenario, he could just like quickly grab it at a different time. Like it
Yeah.
just needed to be while the body was under the cloth. Once he pulled the cloth off, he could take the rest.
Got it.
This is absurd. There is no such thing in this photo.
Don't play dumb with me, Professor. It's a staff you have right there.
Staff? This is the spear of a great legal warrior.
Whatever, just hurry up and lend it to me.
No!
The length is perfect. Mr. Wright couldn't possibly object to such an awesome arm. Okay, go for it, Apollo.
Sure, I'll give your arm a hand. Cloth and binding coming right up.
Okay, does this look right now?
Another
This
thing
is-
to add to the resume.
This is very silly, but it is very Apollo justice.
Me?
There we go. Okay. Yep, that works. That works.
It's right.
There he is! It's him! It's him!
Blocky and all.
Squid hand and all.
That pose anywhere.
God, yeah, that hand. Oh, that looks away, doesn't it?
It's
oh.
also way.
Hand.
It's way too long too. Like I know it's better than it being too short, but it's so long. It's upsetting.
Oh, man.
We did it.
Didn't we?
And yeah, he took the globe out, right?
Oh well, am I not the spitting image of the legendary Phoenix Wright? The man who will bring us out of these dark ages and into an era of brilliant golden light. If he bothers showing up.
Golden light. All I see before me is the pink specter of a man.
That's
Oh,
also.
he's gonna love that one.
That's just because Mr. Wright likes his statue. He's positively tickled pink. Get it, Apollo? He's tickled pink.
I'm losing blood and air.
Ugh, that joke deserves a pink slip.
I object to the concept that people in the audience know what Phoenix looks like.
Seems the gallery was quite impressed with the defense's sharp thinking. And the witness?
The resemblance is nothing more than a coincidence.
Oh, there she is.
Not so fast there, Buster. Unfortunately for you, I can prove my theory to be way more than a coincidence. To prove that his spear was thrust into the victim, all I have to do is...
Test the spear for blood. See if it's a stab.
Well,
I mean, he
test
said
the
it was a
blood,
spear. So,
Yeah, he referred to it as a spear, so test the spear for blood. For blood.
We had assumed the victim's jagged wound came from the arrow being forcibly shoved in. But if the wound was from the spear instead, then we should be able to detect traces of the victim's blood on it.
Your Honor, a brief recess, if you will.
I need to use the bathroom.
By any means possible. What if I get rid of my spear? Wait, what if I burn it?
Hey, man.
Dude.
If I do that, I'll be found innocent. Yes, I'm innocent, I tell you.
What's wrong with a non-guilty verdict? Surely you don't expect us to take lectures from you now.
I need to inspect the janitor's closet to make sure they all have bleach in them as they're supposed to.
Now, I ask you in the gallery, the single mom and 6 other people, help me decide the fate.
Vote now.
We don't have a jury system.
Retake the bar exam. That's great. I'll take 30.
Only a 30%, Jesus.
40.
Fine, I'll lose my job. You guys got me. Come on, man. You got this. You got Apollo, get over there and write that for him.
Oh, wow.
Wait.
Oh.
Prosecutor Blackwell. What has become of our witness, Aristotle Means?
Kind of seemed like he collapsed into dust.
It is as Sykes-Stoner suspected. Blood was detected on his staff. He has admitted to his heinous crime. All of it.
Two stuff fucks with me, so that's a painful breakdown. Same, bud. Same. High five. High five.
Yeah.
High five square. Oh,
Yep.
God. Whew.
He shall join us in the clink tomorrow. His teaching skills can be put to good use there.
Mission accomplished.
Naruto might be a doctor, but he cannot read. It'll be so-
Great. He'll teach felons that that the end justifies the means. So much for rehabilitation.
He's gonna teach gym class. Can I ask what the professor's motive was?
I could barely make out a word of he said on account of his shattered teeth.
It had to be the fucking bribe, because like someone was taking in the bribes, right?
Yeah.
One of Blackwell's fellow inmates was a surgeon. Why not a former dentist too?
The dentist.
I eventually had him put pen to paper. It turns out Professor Means was the one taking bribes.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you're right.
yeah.
Yeah.
The victim had suspected him after a report from the class snitch. That led her to question him at length the day of the killing, right there on that stage.
It's so funny to refer to the class snitch.
The result? The heinous crime that was brought before this court.
This makes sense because it seems like this was a scrambled together plan. Like if this was premeditated, you would like either kill her off campus or in a way that like more closely resembles the script. But this strikes as like an instant
Less
he
than
had a sharp
20
thing in his hand and he stabbed her.
And then less
when,
than 24 hours to clean it up. Yep.
Well, yeah, because essentially it was like, oh shit, this place is about to be crowded with people.
Yeah, well, I have to do something. I can't just make this go away. She's gonna go missing. People will find. I gotta do something now.
Yeah. And maybe
oh,
like
man.
I can take down like the one kid who like, or at least one of the kids who could like potentially, if not directly, indirectly, pin me to crimes I was committing. That were the reason I killed her.
I didn't expect Means to go down this case. I thought that was gonna take longer, to be honest. But let's keep going.
The fool, like Newman, had come to know of the script's contents via the victim's note.
Real quick, yeah, Marina?
Oh, I was just gonna say, it's not like he's got any allies.
That's a good point, yeah.
It seems he came up with a plan to stab the victim with her own awl in order to make the killing look like the one in the script, and thus frame the defendant.
That scrap of paper with Hugh's name on it, had the same mark as Professor Court's planner.
Yes, about that. Those planners are bestowed upon all students graduating at the top of their class.
Really? So then...
Indeed. Once upon a time, Professor Means was also awarded the same notebook. The handwriting is being analyzed now, but like as not, the scrap belonged to him.
Interesting.
This, too, was evidence of the bribery scheme that the victim had obtained.
I see, okay.
Which would explain why it was separated, but not, like, bloody or, like, violently separated. Because if it was in her notebook, why would she bother tearing it out herself? It makes more sense if it was... Yeah, okay.
Yeah, just, like, caught up in the whole thing, yeah. Go ahead.
Know that Constance Court was clean, and that only Aristotle Means took the bribes.
To think a professor would murder a colleague, then try to pin it on a student. If this is the dark age of the law, we can only hope a brighter future awaits. And the first step to this is to hand down my verdict for a promising young lady. This court finds the defendant, Juniper Woods, not guilty.
Congratulations, young lady. You'll never have to worry about being in a courtroom ever again.
You can walk out of here and never have to be on trial again. Fucking Jesus, I love that. Yippee!
I wish you all the best on your road to becoming a courtroom judge. We will need young people like you if we ever hope to restore the law to its former glory.
Yes, Your Honor. I'll work as hard as I can. These voices back to back really suck. Maybe one day I'll be able to work with all of you to make a difference.
Proudly served Professor Court's memory. Do not let her death be in vain.
That's the last thing I expected to hear from him today.
A lot of characters grew on me this trial I didn't expect to. Black Quill I expected to. I did not expect to end up liking Hugh by the end, but damn.
Hey, you know, that's
that's that thing about twists and turns.
This was all very complicated. Court is adjourned. Wow. I think that might be one of my from a mechanical standpoint and often from a story standpoint, one of the best cases they've done.
One of my favorites.
I don't know if it's my personal favorite. It is definitely up there in terms of gameplay, like one of the most interesting ones.
Oh yeah, it's not my favorite because it's too standalone. It's not going to rival like the DL6 incident and clearing Edgeworth's name and shit.
Yeah, like it doesn't
Like
have
that-
like a huge effect.
Yeah. However,
story-wise.
there's a reason that this game is my favorite one, and that trial is a big part of it.
Yeah.
Thank you, Thena. I really mean it.
It's nothing. Really.
I just had a panic attack live on stage. It's fine.
I could take the biggest tangled mess of a case and unravel it and just like that.
Oh no. You look pretty wound up there at the end, literally and figuratively.
You look pretty hungry for a knuckle sandwich, Buster.
I'm gonna fucking knock your teeth out. Sorry,
I'll give you a wedgie.
I also wanted to thank you too, Apollo.
Don't mention it.
The way you were always there for Thena when she was in a bind, and at the detention center, when your smile gave me hope. Your fake ass smile gave me hope when there was none. It was like the warm rays of the sun shining down on the peaceful woodlands.
Every time you looked at Athena from the corner and went, "Oh, it's actually on page 175," I just thought, "Wow, this is the warmth
What
of
a
sunshine that's
snack.
gonna save."
What a boy! I think you're absolutely an amazing person.
Oh, thanks, Juniper. You know, that means a lot to me. But I still have lots of work to do. And I can't wait until we see you on the judge's bench.
I promise you I'll get there someday. That's why until that day, I'll...
I've got some big news. I mean, this is huge. Oh, am I interrupting something? No. It's okay, I think. So, what's the big news?
Well, I heard Juniper got off of scot-free, and I figured you'd want to hear about that. I don't know who was defending her.
A school festival? It was supposed to have been canceled after what happened, but...
Yeah, Trucy is a minor, and thus her actress can only be on set for, like, a limited amount of time.
God damn it.
We just got a call. In memory of Professor Constance Court, who worked so hard to make it happen, the festival is being extended one extra day until tomorrow.
Really? All right.
Also, they're kind of thinking it's like it doubles a hiring fee, because they need a new, principal.
They
and
need two
teacher.
new main professors.
Yep. Oh, and fucking Clavier has to have his fucking concert. Oh no, it is country.
Achtung, baby. It's time for the guitar serenade.
So bad.
Is that really what you wanted him to sound like it's Dead Square? Is that it? Achtung, baby.
Like,
Oh, we don't even hear it. We don't even get the song.
we're not gonna subject us to that.
No, it's copyright and they refuse to
Yeah,
let
not
them
for
use like
free.
this. Whew. All right, let's
You buy
wrap
the
this up.
soundtrack if you want that. Wow, that was so much fun. School festivals are amazing.
It's a shame they couldn't get him a real guitar and they decided to use that fake, that bad one. Prop
He
one.
was lip syncing.
I think you and Robin are getting a little carried away. Your CE voice, Juniper! It could melt my HEART.
Mr. Wright, thank you for that training seminar.
Just remember, the objection pose is all about attitude. Don't worry, I also bribed my way through school. Art school,
That
all
is
of it.
the face of a man who, like, every day a little bit of imposter syndrome is creeping into his mind, and there's a deep voice in the back of his brain that's like, "It's right." And he pushes it down.
It's
He's not
right.
vibing.
It sounds like Edgeworth. Oh, and congratulations on your mock trial win. Although, Robin had you for a while there.
did, didn't I? But I'm just so glad things are back how they used to be, thanks to Athena. And you know what? I think I'll stick with becoming a prosecutor. Wait, really? Okay, I think I'm gonna be a
you can be a
prosecutor.
prosecutor and an artist. Like, there's no
Yeah,
reason
you
you
can
can't
do
have.
both.
You can do both.
I'm gonna make up for my mock trial loss by winning the real deals in court.
Mock trial loss?
Yeah,
What loss?
nobody lost or won, but okay.
Wait, did they reprise the trial and Hugh won? Level-headed lawyer course genius and hot-blooded prosecutor course student will go head-to-head in a mock trial battle for the she-devil's black heart. So, does this mean it's really gonna happen?
Juniper.
Juniper,
Oh, that's right.
There's-
Sorry, for some reason I thought
something I've been wanting to say to you.
he's one of the blue ones.
He is one of the blue ones.
Huh?
Oh, is he gonna do what I think he is?
Juniper, can we still be friends? You know, like how we've always been, best friends.
Woo! He had us in the first half. Not gonna lie. Hell yeah, buddy.
Huh? Best friends? You weren't going to profess your love for Juniper if you won the mock trial? He's like, no, I'm gay.
But no, I was going to confess that I'm not a genius and that I'm
Okay.
only 25 years
So
old.
yeah, never was a romantic thing. However, he was planning
Really
to
just
cop.
cuddled.
Yeah, he copped
Yeah.
everything, and Scuttlebutt came in and wrote some fan fiction. Like,
Yeah.
yeah. Oh man, wow, what a brutal thing these students have been through. Jesus.
Fucking right.
I'm sure she has her own deal going on, but I kind of want to be able to kick the box a couple times before the case closes.
I don't care what her deal is. I just kind of want to kill her. Let's throw the box in the incinerator. See if she's still in it.
No, it's okay. It's okay, but like,
But you already dragged it out of me during the trial, so.
Oh, dude, we saw your pores. We knew.
Whoops.
Listen, Hugh. You too. Robin, Miriam. Oh my god. Hi. There she is. Yeah, kick her.
Me too.
So if it was the plan if he lost the trial to just not mention it. I think the plan if he lost the trial was probably to give up because he learned that it was he learned that all of this was being paid for and he was like if he couldn't win the trial that means clearly I'm completely hopeless. So why am I still trying? I'm leave. If he won the trial, he's like maybe there's a chance but I got to come clean.
I might not be a genius, but maybe I can actually fucking do it.
Yeah, I can, like, have learned to have done this, but, like, if you've literally learned nothing, which, not that one test is a result of that.
No, but when you're at that low a point, you could easily see, like, this is my one chance.
Yeah,
Exactly, yeah.
7
Prove
years and I
myself that I
learned
can do
that
it.
they're paying my way through. Maybe I should go to a different school. Yeah, he was also thinking maybe I should just go to a different school, man.
Exactly. Miriam's got this tactical espionage action stuff down to a science.
Yes. Like the video game series.
Like the snake.
Yeah! I've been thinking. It's up to us to put an age. Fuck! It's up to us to put an end to the dark age of the law, if we can. Let's all work together to usher in a new age where winning only results from the truth. And the end never justifies the means. Count me in!
I wouldn't have it any other way.
I guess it is better while they're young to try and, like, befriend her and get her on her good side versus letting her go down a path of, like, becoming an absolute menace.
Yeah.
She's already a menace to society. At least this way she can have hope. She is also 17.
So,
Yeah, exactly. Maybe
So
she just needs a friend.
Scuttlebutt, what's your deal? Are you an orphan? I don't know.
I'd have to know where my dad is to know if I'm an orphan or not.
Huh? Best friends forever, huh? Well, no matter what anyone says, nothing beats true friendship.
You bet. And what about your BFF, Apollo?
Aren't you a bit old to be using that term? But, yeah, he's the best friend a guy could have.
Hugh just fucking cries a little bit, like, oh.
It's just some guy named Dan. My best friend. You've never seen him in the series.
No, yeah, he's from the spin-offs.
That reminds me, we're supposed to meet up and gossip about the new girl in the office.
New girl.
Ain't no talking about me behind my back. So what kind of guy is he anyway?
Well, if I had to describe him in one word...
Oh, is this him telling a story?
And so, after some slight arm twisting, Apollo promised to
Oh, I
bring me
see.
to meet his friend.
This is going automatically.
Unfortunately, that promise was never meant to be fulfilled. For not long after, their friendship was mercilessly severed by fate. Of course, Apollo's best friend would be murdered or killed or something. And the bonds between us began to fray and unravel as well.
Sorry, but I'll be taking a leave of absence.
Even now, those words continue to ring in my ears. The discord in our ever-cheerful Apollo's voice made him sound so cold and distant. Why, Apollo? Why? Why would you leave us all behind? Your family who all lives in this one office. We did it. We did it.
Holy
Trial over.
shit. I really like how many complex issues that trial was willing to get into, and did not do the thing that the other games would often do of be like, wow, that's a lot anyways, which is the thing I was expecting. But they really do make a point of unpacking what these kids' friendship is afterwards, and what Hugh, like they don't just throw Hugh under the bus afterwards, and I appreciate that, because I was fully expecting it to be like, yeah, it's a bit of a joke that I'm a little bit of a but no, they close that they close that off.
Yeah, no, he wasn't interested in her romantically.
Yeah, not
That
at
was
all.
Just, well, a boy has a confession to make to a girl. I heard that. Therefore, what else could it be but romance?
Yeah, because if she's not actually a good journalist, because if she had been a good journalist, she would have noticed all of the evidence she already had, but maybe also would have actually uncovered the stuff going on at the school that was actively there enough to be investigated by a teacher. I also really loved this case immediately after a locked room mystery case, because some of the trickiness of this case was, even though it's like a locked setting, because there were so many witnesses that were like scattered all around.
We don't have the details
not
about
knowing exactly where the murder was made it like a whole different whiplash line of thinking to the previous case. Where the previous case we were like, okay, we know where this had to be. We just have to figure out all the hows. Whereas this one was like, there's so many possibilities of hows.
To the point that I was completely convinced up until right near the end the body had been moved, which is why I was so confused as to the statue thing. My understanding was, and I think this was intentionally set up this way so you could think this. My understanding was that in the time when he committed the murder, he couldn't have finished the Phoenix statue, so he used the white statue that was in the art room as a fake statue because it was big and pointy to cover up and to hide it, and then that's why those were on the stage. But also, that does not explain everything, because it means he would have had to be down out on the stage and knock everything over, and then I'd be like, time to run afterwards, which would have been fucking insane.
And not to mention, why would he need to really worry about that if he didn't leave something on something that immediately connected to him on the body?
There was a reason he had to go to the stage, there was a reason a noise was made, but all of that, I was thinking, was the I move the body from the art room down to the stage using the pulley system, and that knocks over the statues. Instead of, there was only ever one statue, the other one was fake.
Which
brilliant.
Is also why we only picked up pieces from one statue, because the other one looked smashed, but there weren't pieces.
It was just
because it was never finished.
It was just the base part of it. It was just pieces of blue paper mache. Yeah. All right, we have been going for a while. I'm going to go ahead and close it out now. What's the plan for the next trial, DLC or episode 4? We should actually talk about that real quick. Because the DLC canonically takes place next. However, we have I think we said that they'll be
I
like
believe
called.
I
yeah?
believe the DLC takes place between episodes 2 and 3.
Oh.
Because I believe we just saw Phoenix with his attorney's badge, which, like, he gets that, right... I don't know, I think we're already out of the time on that, right?
Maybe we are. The DLC happened between 2 and 3, yeah.
Yeah, it happened
well-
between 2 and 3. We've already thrown off the timeline. I personally think the next 2 trials are going to be extremely heavy.
4 and 5.
So, yeah, and they're directly connected to each other.
So we either do it now or we do it last. Which are we doing?
Yeah. Do we want to leave on a really stupid note? Or do we want to leave on the most powerful, emotional note we can? Or do we want the stupid thing to happen as a, like, refresher? Like,
There is
something more
There is
positive.
another game between these things. Afterwards, what do you think, Marina?
That's a good question, because yeah, I was like, do we want to like leave the streams on like a silly note? Because there have been other like extended trials that we've done in the past.
Yes.
Or do we want to like have a silly short? Part of me kind of wants to do a silly shorter break, so that way like it's sort of a mid break now, and then we can do like the nice operatic ending.
I support doing the DLC next.
Okay.
Solely because I played them when I played Dual Destinies. I played them all in order. So I did 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then the DLC episode. And boy howdy, coming off of how intense and good Trials 4 and 5 are to what I think is one of the worst trials in any of the Phoenix Wright games, really sucks.
Oh, wow. Okay, you know what? We're doing it next then, because I don't want us to
Let's
leave
do-
on a
let's
sour
do-
note from this game.
Let's do sillies.
Okay. Emphasis. I don't think it's, like, offensively bad. I
Yeah.
think it's just stupid in a very boring way.
Yeah,
it's
it's
good,
just like
it's a good DLC one.
yeah, just like a silly little nothing kind of trial.
Yeah, it just takes way too fucking long for a silly little terrible trial.
All
The-
right then.
This
go ahead.
thing is honestly one of the longer individual trials in this game.
Oh, great. Okay, so
It sucks so much.
For
So
the
that
next...
that sounds like it's probably a good idea to do in the middle then, because otherwise if like we do some really good trials and then we're like, damn, and we still haven't beaten this game yet because we still committed to finishing this, I think it's better to do
Yup.
that in the middle and then.
So join us next time for the start of the DLC trial for this special episode. Technically a little bit out of order, but considering there's some call forward stuff in it, I'm okay with doing it this way. So brilliant.
I do have to ask you guys one last question while we're still on call.
I'm listening.
Who among us can rap?
I can talk fast. That's not the same thing, but
Okay, who among
So-
us can rap badly?
I think any one of us could probably pull out a bad rap. I believe in us.
I wasn't expecting an answer. I was just letting you know that so that you can feel the terror that we are
Just
going
warning
to
us.
deal with. Because it's not gonna be a little bit of rapping. It's gonna be a lot.
Oh, okay.
we'll see who does that. Oh god. All right.
I'm
I
terrified that it will end up being me.
need to go get something to eat. Thank you all so much for watching. Please take care of yourselves. Have a good day. Have some good vibes, and take it easy. Wow.
Well, bye.